The middle for the Falcons is Tony Smith. We've got Eric Pegram on one side, to the far side of Tony Smith. And let's see. Also back there for the Falcons is their number 38, and that's Keith Jones. Not used to seeing Keith. We didn't see him during the entire preseason. Jeff, I'll ask you about that in a second. The fact we've got so many new guys in the lineup who are not there for the 4 preseason games.
This might be the most important one, Bill. Keith Jones. He's got a 76-yard touchdown run back in his career as a Falcon, and he is a back I think they've sorely missed in preseason.
Louis Aguiar will kick it off for the Jets from our left to right. And the ball, I was going to say, blew off the tee, but there's no breeze in here.
I knew we were in trouble when Dave Jennings said kickers love the dome.
But it is the terror of the 90s. I like that.
All right, Aguiar ready. So are we. The 92 season about to begin, and at kickoff, your Seiko game time is 1-0-1. Aguiar ready. Right foot into the football. We're underway. High end over end. Tony Smith, far sideline. He'll take it at the goal line. Has some blockers in front to the 10. Cuts left to the 15, and he'll be buried up near the 16-yard line. So the Falcons will take over on offense. First down and 10. This is the 6th meeting between these two teams in the regular season. The Jets have won 3, the Falcons 2. The last time the Falcons won was in New York back in 1983, 27-21. The last time they played, 1989, and that turned out to be the final game for Marion Campbell as coach of the Falcons. They lost that game in New York by a score of 27-7. Falcons dressed in their home black jerseys with silver pants, white numerals, white and red trim. Chris Miller brings the team to the line of scrimmage. The lone running back is Tony Smith. Mike Pritchard, slot right, goes in motion left. And here's the first play of the regular season. A handoff to Smith, running right. Nice hole across the 20 to the 25. Breaks the tackle and cuts to the near sideline. Tony Smith on the move across the 45, down near midfield. A super run by the rookie from Southern Miss. We didn't see that during the entire preseason. A big run from Tony Smith.
Well, it's the first time you've seen him make this trap play work. They're trapping Houston Hoover, pulling left to right. He's going to trap on Dennis Byrd, the left defensive end, and Tony Smith makes a nice gash up the middle. It's a split play that teams like to run against even man fronts. The Jets come in here with a 4-3 look or a 4-2 look with 2 linebackers.
Well, that'll loosen up the defense if the Falcons can run it like that. 32-yard scamper for Tony Smith on the first play from scrimmage. Falcons work out of the shotgun. Tony Jones out to the left, 3 receivers to the right, and Keith Jones is now in. Smith had to come off. I think it's an equipment problem. Miller out of the shotgun, turns to his right, throws. Michael Haynes has it, far sideline to the 50 into Jets territory, on the move and tackled out of bounds by Mike Brim, but not before he gets another first down at the Jet 40-yard line.
It's like a holding play here against the Falcons.
Yep, flag down.
Misdirection. You haven't seen Chris Miller do that. Fake left and then spin all the way around and throw a quick hitch to Michael Haynes.
To the hands, to the head, number 79 offense, 10 yards, still first down.
Bill Fralick singled out by our referee Tom White for this one. This is one of many of the early 1 o'clock games in the NFL. We'll update you on all the scores throughout the afternoon. New Orleans playing at Philadelphia today. San Francisco has a 4 o'clock start against the Giants in New York. The Rams, the other team in the NFC West, they're in Buffalo. Chuck Knox returning to his old stomping grounds for their season opener. Ball pushed back to the 38-yard line after that penalty, so it's 2nd and 20. Miller hands off. Tony Smith up the middle, and that time not much there, maybe a yard, and that's all. Mo Lewis there to hit him. Off the bottom of the pile, number 90, Dennis Byrd. Mo Lewis quite a preseason. He moves to weak side linebacker and had a great camp. They really like what they've seen from him, and he'll be pressuring Miller when he gets the chance.
They tried the same play that time. Bill Fralick trapping Lagerman on the right side. Bill pulling right to left, and nobody's blocking Mo Lewis on the weak side. He just came in from behind to make the tackle.
Falcons faced with a 2nd and 19 from their own 39-yard line. Double wideouts to each side. Now Pritchard comes in motion to the near side. That's the left. Jets showing blitz with Lewis on the outside, but he backs off. Miller will throw. It's a little shovel pass to Keith Jones to the 40, to the 45. Breaks a tackle at the 50, and he's down to the Jet 45-yard line. Keith Jones in his 4th year out of the University of Illinois. He missed the entire preseason. He did not put a pad on until this week. And a pretty good game. They'll mark it at the 46-yard line of the Jets.
Got a real nice block downfield. Mike Ken, a little shovel pass Falcons coming out early and changing up their offense a little bit, trying to take away the attack style of play that the Jets like to play on defense. They really like to attack with their defensive linemen that's susceptible to traps and to quick hitting screens.
And the first big third down of the game, 3rd and 4 coming up for the Falcons. At the Jet 46, looked like Hinton moved on the right side, jumped before the snap. Flags fly, and this will come back. And the second penalty of this drive against the Falcons, won a holding call, and this one, I believe that was Hinton who jumped.
False start, 75 offense, moving prior to the snap, still 3rd down.
On opening day, the Falcons are 14-12. Jets 14-18. Falcons' first win on opening day, 1969. They lost their first 3 seasons. They lost that opener and beat the 49ers in 1969. Remember that game?
I was just a mere lad back in '69.
The penalty pushes the ball back to the Falcon 49-yard line. Again, it's 3rd down, but this time they need 9 for first. Miller from the shotgun looks down the middle. There's the throw. Pritchard makes the catch and is drilled immediately at the 37-yard line, but he held on to it, and that's a first down.
The seams are going to be there most of the day. Jets are going to play a defense that's going to bend and give you a lot of stuff underneath. Pritchard finds a nice seam, and Washington really came up and laid a lick on him.
Chip, perhaps the key word today offensively for the Falcons is patience. Take what they give you.
Oh, you got to work against. This is where they're going to face defenses all year long. They're going to make them go underneath and not give them the big play. Hope they can get a turnover.
1st and 10, Falcons at the Jet 37. Atlanta moving from our right to left. First possession of the ball game. We're in the first quarter here at the Dome. Miller under center. Jamie Dukes this time. Hands off to Tony Smith inside the 35 down to the 30-yard line. Another move, good slant off left tackle this time. And the rookie from Southern Miss with another pretty good pickup. It'll be 2nd down, about 4 from the 30.
3rd time today they run that trap play. Bill Fralick this time trapping Mo Lewis. Mo Lewis was a great pick for him last year when they brought him out of Georgia, and they've moved him to that will side, and they're playing guessing games with that Jet line. It's probably an audible trap, though, I'm going to say, because the Jets overshift one way. They want to trap a little bit to the weak side.
Haynes and Pritchard out to the right. Tony Jones out to the left. Miller again under center. Pritchard comes in motion to the near sideline. Keith Jones is the running back. Miller drops back to pass. Another shovel pass to Jones with blockers in front. Inside the 25 to the 24, and he's got another first down. Second time we've seen that little shovel pass by Chris Miller. Usually a shovel pass goes right up the middle, Jeff, but they're swinging this out. First time to the left, that time to the right.
It's a very dangerous play because they turn loose an end. I mean, they're letting the end rush free. This time it's Dennis Byrd. And the back comes up and fakes a little bit as if he's going to block him and then just slips underneath him. Really requires some accuracy from Chris Miller.
1st and 10 Falcons at the Jet 25-yard line. Again, double wideouts to each side. Keith Jones, the running back. Drew Hill goes in motion, then back to a slot left. Miller under center. Hands off to Keith Jones up the middle, and he is buried after a gain of maybe 2 on the play. Mark Gunn, the second-year pro from Pitt, the right tackle on the Jets defensive unit, hit him first. A couple other jerseys in white and green to follow. Jets are dressed in green pants, white jerseys, green helmets, and green numerals. Falcons, of course, in black and silver, black helmets, white and red trim.
Pete Carroll, the Jets defensive coordinator, young guy, is known to develop defenses that really confuse quarterbacks as far as what they're trying to do, disguise it. Right now, though, I think the Falcons have the Jets defense off balance.
2nd down, 8 yards to go. Atlanta from the Jet 23-yard line. Miller takes the snap, drops back to throw, looking left, now fires over the middle. Drew Hill had it, and the ball, I believe, was incomplete. I thought it might have been picked off for a second, but it hit off the ground. Brian Washington grabbed it as it hit the turf. The pass intended for Drew Hill goes incomplete. The Falcons faced with the 3rd and 8.
Thought that ball might have been caught. He had time to deliver it. He was waiting for Drew Hill to break open there, and Drew Hill had some room. Lagerman was coming off this right side, and Mike Kent had slipped on the turf, and Keith Jones was just about getting a piece of him, saved the sack maybe.
9th play of this drive for the Falcons that started at their own 16. They're at the Jet 23-yard line, but it's 3rd down, 8 yards to go for a first down. Miller from the shotgun with 3 receivers to the left. Miller will throw, blitzes on, out to the left. Tony Jones gets a block. He's at the 20, cuts right at the 15 to the 10. The ball is loose, but I think he grabbed it back. Let's see. The ball popped loose at the 8-yard line. It's still Falcon football. Now I got a little shoving match going on as the players unpile That was a close call. Good play by Tony Jones to cut it back up the seam. He gets more than enough for the first down to the 9-yard line.
That's that play that they ran against Philadelphia in preseason. Tony Jones scored on a little quick hit screen. He gets a great block from Houston Hoover, kicking out the strong safety Brian Washington.
Covered by the fumbling player. It's a first down for Atlanta.
Yeah, Jones 145 was a little outman there, surrounded by those big trees and those green pants. Good thing Frederick got there when he did.
First and goal, Falcons from the Jet 9-yard line. They have 8 minutes to go in the quarter, so the Falcons have had this ball for over 7 minutes. Keith Jones, the lone running back, double wideouts to each side. Now Drew Hill goes in motion behind Miller and then comes back to a slot left. Miller under center, hands off to Keith Jones up the middle, and he is hit hard and dropped at the 7-yard line. Jeff Lageman there to greet him. Kyle Clifton as well. The Jets in the preseason gave up 79 yards average on the ground, 186 through the air. They only gave up 90 yards a game rushing a season ago. That put them first in the AFC in that category.
Here's the criticism of the run-and-shoot offense. Down with inside the 10-yard line, field shortens up. Running game against a good run defense, which the Jets have, and now the Falcons are in a position where they need to come away with 7.
Second and goal from the Jets 7-yard line. Looks like the blitz is coming. Lewis sags off. Little pitch to Keith Jones running right. He's going to throw in the end zone. It's a bad pass for Michael Haynes, incomplete. Just a bad toss. I think Haynes was open, but you could see Jones setting up, and he was a little off balance when he let it go, and it's now 3rd and goal.
Let's just say that Keith Jones is not going to be the third quarterback on this team.
Yeah, we hope.
I think that ball is like 5 yards in front of the receiver on the ground, but they pulled all the stops out early here, Bill and Jim. I mean, they just the screen, it's trap, and now the halfback pass.
I think Jerry wants to get on the board first. Give this team some confidence. By the way, Mo Lewis laid a heavy hit on Keith Jones on that last play. 3rd and goal from the Jets 7-yard line. Hill in motion from left to right. Miller under center. Short drop, looks left, can't find anybody, sprints to the right, now looks, fires in the end zone. The ball is tipped and it goes incomplete. And out of bounds. Brian Washington got his hand on it, number 48. So the Falcon drive stalls, and Norm Johnson and the field goal crew will come on.
Got a lot of pressure on the backside from Dennis Byrd. They were stunning on the backside, sending Lagerman down in to pick off Mike Ken and let Byrd whip around. It's an ET stunt, they call it, end tackle, and he does a good job of it.
Norm Johnson on to try the field goal, and this will be spotted by Scott Fulhag at the 15-yard line, right in the middle of the field. So this is a 25-yard attempt. Norm Johnson a year ago inside the 45-yard line, perfect, 17-17. Here's the snap, here's the kick, it is up, and it is good. Falcons on the board first. Norm Johnson puts them on the board with a field goal. Our score with 6:53 to go in the first quarter. Falcons 3 and the Jets nothing. This is the WSB Atlanta Falcons Football Network. That first Falcon drive is 77 yards, 13 plays. And it's Norm Johnson's 25-yard field goal, putting them on the board first 3-0. They use up 8 minutes and 7 seconds on that drive. Falcons will kick it off from our right to left, and here's the boot. High, end over end, and waiting for it. Terrence Mathis at the 5-yard line, up across the 10 to the 20 to the 22, and Albert Shelley tackled him from behind at the 22, and there's also a flag down on the play. And while we wait for the call, let's tell you on that drive, Chris Miller, 4 of 5 passing, 48 yards. Tony Smith, 3 carries for 40 yards. Keith Jones had it twice for 4. And once again, Tom White will tell us what the problem was and why the flag was thrown. And it's a holding call against the Jets. Once again, our score in the first quarter. Falcons 3, Jets nothing. On the WSB Atlanta Falcons Football Network. The New York Jets will begin their first series of the 92 regular season at their own 12-yard line. Browning Nagel is their starting quarterback, 6'3", 225, in his second year out of Louisville. The offensive line, Jim Sweeney, the 9-year veteran out of Pitt. He's the center. Dwayne White is the right guard. Dave Cadigan, the left guard. Jeff Criswell is their starting left tackle, and Irv Eatman out of UCLA begins his 7th year. He is the right tackle. The tight end, Mark Boyer, he wears number 80, but we'll see a lot of their number 1 draft pick. That was Johnny Mitchell out of Nebraska. He's the other tight end. Al Toon, great receiver, 8th year out of Wisconsin. Chris Burkett is also there to back him up. Rob Moore is the other wideout on the Jet team, and they'll go with a couple of running backs, Brad Baxter and Blair Thomas. And we're ready to go for the Jets on offense. First down 10. at their own 12-yard line. Boyer goes in motion. There's a fumble on the snap. The Falcons don't have it yet. It's still loose. I think the Jets got it back. Oh, the Falcons have the football. The Falcons have the football.
The Falcon looked like one of the linebackers. Mike Reed might have fallen on the ball, but then it scooted out from under him after he fell on. They're going to award him the ball down at that point. The Jets recovered after it scooted out.
Recovered by 95. Players ruled dead. First down for Atlanta.
It looked like Browning-Nagel tried to pull out too fast on the snap from the center Sweeney. The very first play, regular season for him. The ball just doesn't come up to get to him. Reed, I don't know.
No, we don't have replay anymore.
We're looking at a replay now, but that is a break for him because they're ruling that Mike Reed had recovered and was on the football. And the ball kind of pops loose from Mike Reed.
Well, the Jets will be voting for replay next year. Because that was their ball. Now the official is going to say,
timeout.
Oh, okay.
Atlanta, that's their first charge timeout.
Falcons decide to call a timeout and make sure they get this right offensively. They'll have it at the Jet 15-yard line, 1st and 10. Our score, late in the first quarter. Falcons 3, Jets nothing. On the WSB Atlanta Falcons Football Network. Fortunately for the Falcons, there's no replay this year in the NFL, and they recover a Browning-Nagel fumble at the Jet 15-yard line. And let's see if the Falcons can take advantage of this. Miller and company back in business as they continue to move from right to left. 6:41 to go, quarter number 1. Falcons lead 3-zip. Miller under Jamie Dukes as center, takes the snap, drops back, has plenty of time, looks, fires, and the ball's in the end zone. Michael Haynes has it. Touchdown! One play, 15-yard scoring strike, and the Falcons score again and lead 9-0.
Boy, he just waited till Haynes got open. He rolled a little bit away from any backside pressure to his right. He rolled, and he just kind of waited till Michael Haynes crossed deep in the end zone. Kyle Clifton, the Jets middle linebacker, tried to get a hand up, but it's over the linebacker and into Haynes' hand.
Norm Johnson will try the extra point. Scott Fulhag will hold. Good snap, good placement. Here's the kick, and he drills it right through the uprights. 6 minutes, 36 seconds to go in the first quarter. Our score, Falcons 10 and the Jets nothing. On the WSB Atlanta Falcons Football Network. Falcons will kick off from our right to left. They lead 10-zip here in the first quarter. Once again back deep for the Jets. Terrence Mathis and Rod Carpenter. Well, let's make that Eric McMillan, number 22, not 82. Norm Johnson ready? Here's the kick. High end over end. Eric McMillan will take it at the 3-yard line, right up the middle of the field to the 10-15, a big hole at the 20, across the 25, and finally up, still going, and they have to push him back at the 27-yard line. Bruce Pickens there to help make the tackle, number 39. Keith Jones out there as well, and the Jets with a little bit better field position for their second start at their, we'll call it the 27-yard line. The last Falcon drive, one play, 15 yards. It took all of 5 seconds for Chris Miller to hit Michael Haynes. And it's 10-zip Falcons. See if Browning-Nagel can hold on to the football this time. And we'll set the Falcon defense for you after this play. Falcons showing blitz. They're going to be doing this all day. Now they back off. Crowd making some noise. Nagel will throw on first down, looks, fires, and the ball in and out of the hands of Rob Moore. Guarded by Tim McCarr, but the ball very high in the air, and Moore with a good effort just to get a hand on it. Falcons start 3 down linemen. Mike Gann at the left end, Mo Gardner nose tackle, and Oliver Barnett, the third-year pro from Kentucky. The linebackers, Ken Tippins, Michael Reed, Jesse Tuggle, and Darian Connor. The secondary, Tim McCarr and Bruce Pickens are the corners. Jeff Donaldson and Scott Case are the safeties.
Well, he threw it into coverage that time. This is one of the things they have said as a young quarterback he has not done, but he threw that ball right into coverage.
First game jitters, I'm sure, for Browning-Nagel. 2nd and 10 Jets at their own 27-yard line. Nagel, short drop, goes to the near sideline. Moore makes the catch. McCarr on the tackle. McCarr going for the interception. And the catch made on the near sideline at the 33-yard line, so gain of 6.
Chicago Bears 7, Detroit nothing. 7:16 the first quarter. Jim Harbaugh, a 11-yard touchdown pass to Neil Anderson. That's Chicago 7, Detroit nothing.
I heard word in Chicago that Harbaugh didn't want Anderson to play. You believe that?
Now the players are picking who they play with.
Supposedly that's why Hilgenberg got traded.
Kind of interesting. The insane asylum, right?
And we'll be there in a few weeks. Third down for the Jets. They need 5 for a first down. Falcons coming on a blitz. Nagel looks, throws, little slant pattern. It's no good. Broken up. Bruce Pickens on the hit. And to help him out, Scott Case, the pass intended for Al Toon. And the Falcons banged him. They sandwiched him from either side. It's fourth down.
Well, Scott's got a little Adam instead of that big club on his hand there. I think he's using that a little bit. It was mostly a hit by Pickens. They really sandwiched him. And if I'm Al Toon and Rob Moore and Chris Burkett, I'm coming back to tell him, let's look elsewhere sometimes. Let's not throw the ball in when they're all over us and we're going into coverage. I'm sure the Jet coaches are going to tell him that too.
Louis Aguiar will punt, waiting for this snap back at his 18-yard line. Tony Smith, the lone deep man for the Falcons. Here's an end-over-end short kick. He's going to have to let it hit at the 30, and it's going to go to the sidelines and go out of bounds at about the 29-yard line. So the Falcons will have good field position, their own 29 for their third possession of the ball game. If you're just joining us, the Falcons took the opening kickoff and marched it downfield, got a Norm Johnson 25-yard field goal. Then on the Jets' first play from scrimmage, Browning-Nagel fumbled. Falcons got it, although they really didn't, but the officials ruled the Falcon player down with possession. No replay. Falcons get a break, and on the next play, Miller to Michael Haynes, a 15-yard scoring strike.
More scores. The Colts ahead of Cleveland 7-0. Green Bay 7, Minnesota 0. Mikowski to Sterling Sharp. Buffalo 7, Rams nothing. Kelly to Thurman Thomas, 10-yard touchdown pass. More in a moment.
Well, the Vikings didn't give up a touchdown in the preseason, did they? That didn't last long, that string in the regular season. Chris Miller on a delay to keep Jones running right and nowhere to run. And there's Mo Lewis out of J.C. Murphy High School here in Atlanta. Two-time All-SEC selection at Georgia, and he wrapped his arms around Keith Jones and said, forget it.
They got Mo started lifting weights. He never lifted weights at Georgia, at least is what the Jets strength coach was telling me when we talked in the field. He's really built himself up. They played him at strong side last year, but he's got such great athletic ability. They want to play him on the weak side linebacker, rush the passer, those types of things. He can cover. He's a kind of a throwback linebacker.
Quickly, guys, Houston 7, Pittsburgh nothing. First quarter, Philadelphia 6, New Orleans 0. More on that in a moment.
Miller from the shotgun. Second down, 9. Trips to the left for Chris Miller as far as the receivers go. Long count and motion on the right side of the line. Miller is going to run and sprint to the near sideline and just get out of bounds and hope the flag is on the Jets. And out of bounds at the 30-yard line, so no game, but I believe Lagerman jumped. We'll see.
It looked like Lagerman jumped. He's going to say Mike Ken made a slight move to draw him offside. Now it's the official line's call. The head linesman make a call here. Yep, Lagerman.
Offside. Chris Miller indicating it first to the Falcon bench, and our official, Tom White, the referee for this afternoon's game. Here he is.
Number 56 defense, 5 yards, still second down.
Lagerman led the Jets in sacks a year ago. He had 10. Actually played linebacker in college at Virginia and in his first year in the NFL until they moved him to the right end spot.
They're really looking to him for some leadership. He's got great quickness, size, 6'5", about 265, and he's trying to get a little edge on Mike Ken. He knows the wily veteran knows all the tricks, wants to get a little edge on that set.
Second down and 5 for a first down. It's a draw play to Pegram, who's got the ball for the first time. Breaks the tackle at the 40, still going to the 45 and a first down. Eric Pegram, second-year pro from North Texas State. And a nice little scamper to shed a tackle at the line of scrimmage and all the way up to the 45-yard line. Gain of 10, first down.
Well, they're running into the bubble. The Jets are playing a little bit of an overshift line, a man on the center, a man on the guard, a man on the other tackle. And whenever that creates a bubble over one of the guards, the Falcons have been trapping to it. They've also now run a little bit of a draw into that bubble.
Haynes and Hill out to the right. Tony Jones goes to the left. Pritchard is slot right, so you've got 3 on the far side, as we call the action. And Chris Miller will work from the shotgun. First and 10 Falcons at their own 45-yard line. Miller turns, fires. Haynes out in the right flat. Has some blockers in front. Freilich and Dukes. He's at the 50 and near a first down at the 45-yard line. Well, that's some work to get your center out there on that play. Nice little hustle by Jamie Dukes and near a first down.
Jamie gets the block on Brian Washington. It really goes for big yardage. Bill Freilich gets a real nice kick out on Michael Brim, the corner. But they have really kept the Jets off balance this first quarter. The Jets defense just is not sure what they're going to do. We haven't seen this type of an attack all preseason.
Randall Cunningham back playing a pass 2 yards to Herschel Walker, but they missed the extra point. Could be a big one there. Philadelphia 6, New Orleans 7 with 57 seconds to go in the first.
Second and inches after that 9-yard pass play. See if he goes deep. Looking to the near sideline. Now slants it to Pritchard. Nice catch at the 30, and he's drilled there. But that'll be a first down at the 29-yard line. Mike Pritchard's going to tell Chris Miller, let's throw me a sideline route once in a while. I think the last 3 times he's caught the ball, once in the Bills game, he just had a concussion there, and it was a good hit he took there.
They've seen a weakness, though, in the Jets' defense. Jets, most teams play with 1 linebacker, 4 linemen, and 6 DBs. The Jets are trying to play him with 2 linebackers, keeping Clifton in the middle, and they've also kept Mo Lewis in there, who's a fine linebacker. But there's a weakness in those seams of the zone. The linebacker, Clifton, not getting back there to cut off that area. That's twice they've completed the same pass.
From the Jet 29, Falcons ball 1st and 10. Hill goes in motion out to the right, so 3 receivers to the right, but it's a draw to Pegram. One-on-one with Lewis, gets by him at the 25, to the 20, cuts to the near side, and down at the 16. Flag on the play, maybe a face mask. Eric Pegram left Mo Lewis standing in the breeze there.
I think you get a push on one of the Falcon receivers downfield.
Houston Hoover listening in and clapping.
Well, then it wouldn't be a push.
I think
on
it's a face mask.
Well, they're saying it's against the Jets. And here's the call from Tom White.
Yes, it is face mask.
5 yards, 90 on the defense. That will be back on to the end of the play. First down.
Well, I mean, you get behind here, 13, 17 to nothing. You've got to throw your offensive game plan out. I think the Jets, if they're going to seriously consider winning this game, they've got to really be worried to fall too far behind early with a young quarterback who is 0 for 3 and 1 fumble exchange.
The ball spotted at the 11-yard line after that pass play, which got him down to about the 16.
Morton Anderson's kicked a 39-yard field goal. It's Philadelphia 6, New Orleans 3, and Kevin Butler's kicked a 34-yard field goal as Chicago extends their lead to 10-0 over the Lions in a big black and blue division battle.
1st and 10 Falcons at the Jet 11-yard line. We have 1 minute and 28 seconds to go in a very eventful first quarter for the Falcons. Miller with double wideouts to each side. Now Drew Hill goes in motion behind him, and then he'll go back slot left. Keith Jones is the lone running back. Miller back to throw, rolls to his right, looking in the end zone, still looking, now throws. Haynes got it. Touchdown.
Making them look very foolish on defense. Great block by Keith Jones. Lagerman commits the ultimate error, takes inside, rushing from the left side. He usually rushes from the right, but he takes the inside. Jones logs him in, and Chris Miller's got all the time in the world to allow Michael Haynes to beat 2 guys in the end zone.
Well, that took all of 7 plays. 71-yard march by the Falcons. Norm Johnson on to try the extra point, and we still have 1 minute 9 to go in the first quarter. A little high on the snap, but Fulhag puts it down, and Johnson puts it through. So now with 1 minute 9 to go in the quarter, the Falcons have exploded for 17 first quarter points. And the New York Jets are going to have to regroup, and I guess, Jeff, the tone set for this game, the Falcons move it down on their opening drive, but when Browning-Nagel fumbled that snap for him, giving the Falcons the ball at the 15, the Jets just sagged, and the defense has been on the field most of this first quarter.
I'm a little surprised at the Jets' offensive coaching staff. They allowed him to come in that second series and try to throw 3 passes. Sure, they were short out routes, but 2 of them almost got picked off. He threw right into coverage on all 3 of them. In reality, they have a vaunted running game. Blair Thomas, a fine running back, a good back coming out of the backfield, catching the ball, and yet they're trying to go downfield this far behind, no field position. I'm just a little bit surprised at the Jets' approach in this first couple of series.
I am as well, Jeff, especially when you think of that they finished 5th in the NFL last year in rushing offense, and Blair Thomas bulked up, worked on the weights, just a little over 200 pounds now. They expected him to have a great year, or they really, we should say, needed for him to have a great year, and perhaps they'll go back pounding it and trying to eliminate the mistakes.
Well, he's been a steady back, but he was the number 2 overall choice, and there's a back you think is going to do big things in the NFL, and steady is not what they want. They want a little bit above steady. They think if he's an above-average draft choice, they want above-average play out of him. It hasn't happened yet.
Norm Johnson kicking off again. Good high end-over-end kick, and waiting for Terrence Mathis about a yard deep. He'll bring it out across the 10, cuts to the near sideline 20, up to the 25 to the 26, where Eric Pegram tackles him there. Chuck Smith helped out number 90, and the Jets have it 1st and 10 at their 26-yard line. We have 58 seconds to go here in quarter number 1. Falcons 17, the Jets nothing.
Jets offense sure isn't going to be tired. That's one thing. Hard to get the kinks out.
They don't even have the right. Look, I don't think they have the right people in there on offense. Nagel looking over on the sideline saying, "Hey, we need somebody." Here we go.
Yeah, we could use another wide receiver if you don't mind. 4 plays in the first quarter. I mean, that's terrible.
Johnny Mitchell, the rookie, is the man who came in. Maybe he found Thurman Thomas's helmet over there from the Super Bowl that he was looking for. Browning Nagel, and now let's see what's going to happen. We got one of the line people coming in, line officials, and he is blowing the play dead. Don't snap it yet.
Timeout. Charge to Atlanta. That's their second charge timeout. 42nd timeout.
So it's a timeout charge to the Falcons, their second. 9 new head coaches making their debut in the NFL this week. Those in the NFC, Mike Holmgren with Green Bay, Chuck Knox with the Rams. That's his second stint with Los Angeles. Dennis Green at Minnesota, Sam Weiss at Tampa Bay. Those are the 4 in the NFC. Over in the AFC, the new head coaches, David Shula with Cincinnati, Ted Marchibroda of the Colts, Bill Cowher with Pittsburgh, Bobby Ross, the former Georgia Tech coach at San Diego, and Tom Flores in Seattle.
Houston's and Pittsburgh getting it on today. Houston 14, Pittsburgh 7. Barry Foster ran for 1 yard, and that's a big AFC Central Division matchup. More scores coming up.
Falcons wanted a timeout that time. Jets showed 2 tights. Brought in Johnny Mitchell, that tight end. That probably won't run his way. And they've also got a tight end over there with Sadowski and Boyer in a wing position. Probably would run behind Boyer and Sadowski.
Yeah, everybody at the line of scrimmage for the Jets. Here's the call, and it's a handoff and trying to fight for some yardage. And not much. Maybe back to the line of scrimmage was Blair Thomas. Thomas, third year out of Penn State, as Jim Ross told you, tried to beef up a little bit. He's added 9 pounds, and they say it's all muscle. He's had some injury problems. Been their leading rusher the last 2 seasons, but has yet to approach 1,000 yards. And no gain there. 29 seconds to go in the first quarter. Nagel with double wideouts left. Thomas the lone running back. Burkett in motion to the right. Now back to the left side. Falcons coming on a blitz. Hand off to Blair Thomas. Cuts at the line of scrimmage back to the left, and he fights for maybe a yard on the play. Mo Gardner brought him down. So give Blair Thomas.
By alignment alone, the Falcons are lining up outside the Jets' offensive lineman, outside shoulder. They can't reach him, therefore they've got to cut the ball back, and they've got nobody to block on the backside.
First quarter is over, and the sellout crowd in the Georgia Dome on their feet applauding the Falcons. After 15 minutes, our score, Atlanta 17, the Jets nothing. On the WSB Atlanta Falcons Football Network. Phil Rosinski, Jeff Van Oden, and Jim Ross welcoming you back to the Georgia Dome. Second quarter about to start, and the Jets have it at their 28-yard line. It is 3rd down and 9. Browning Nagel with a miserable first quarter. Hasn't completed a pass, fumbled his very first snap. And he'll drop back to pass this time. Has time, floats it out over the middle. The ball caught by Brad Baxter. He's at the 35, up to the 38, 39. That's a first down. So Brad Baxter floats out of the backfield, makes the catch on the toss from Browning Nagel. And really, Jeff, that's the first time he's had a lot of time to put the football in the air. Not much of a rush by the Falcons, and he found Baxter out in the open.
Kind of a safe play, too. I think maybe to get his confidence going a little bit. There's no blitz from the Falcons, so Baxter's able to run free. They're dropping off, and he just kind of dumps it to him. Nice play for a first down, maybe to give him just a little bit of a confidence.
From the 39-yard line, 1st and 10 Jets as they move from right to left now here in the quarter. Boyer in motion to the right. Here's a pitch. Freeman McNeil in trouble. Back to Nagel, looking deep downfield. There's the toss, and their catch is made by Rob Moore. Tim McKyer pushes him out of bounds at the 38-yard line, near sideline. That was the sloppiest play I've seen this year, but it worked.
Well, it's a play a lot of people run. You give it back to the running back. He tosses back to the quarterback, and the timing on it is just terrible. A lot of Ken Tippins, I'll give him a credit for disrupting the timing. He's back in Nagel's face as he's unloading.
Chicago 10, Detroit 7. Rodney Peete passed to Brett Perryman for 40 yards. Houston 14, Pittsburgh nothing. Moon, touchdown pass to Givens. And Buffalo 14, Rams nothing. Thurman Thomas, 1-yard TD run.
That's 2 for Thurman. Good opening day for him. 38-yard line. The Jets are in Falcon territory for the first time. Hand off, running around the right side. Blair Thomas. The Falcons all over him and bury him at the 39-yard line. Tim McKyer, hands in the air. He made the tackle. Forgetting, of course, about the last play where Moore beat him downfield.
There were seven Falcons over to that play. 7 Falcons on defense, and in talking to Foge Fazio and Chip Myers from the Bengal staff, looking at Falcons films, they're so impressed they get so many people to the ball, and it's hard to keep a Falcon defender blocked. That's one of their strengths, is their quickness.
2nd down and 11 after they lost a yard on that play. Baxter, the lone running back, behind Nagel. And Baxter is play action. Nagel rolling to his right, looking downfield, wide open, the tight end. The ball is caught. Troy Sadowski at the Falcon 25 and finally pushed out of bounds over on the far sideline at the 19-yard line. Troy Sadowski, 6'5", 230-pounder, in his 3rd year out of the University of Georgia. He is from Chamblee, Georgia. And if you're interested, renting his house to Wade Wilson.
Jeff, I want to ask you, with us pursuing as we are we susceptible to misdirection? Can we expect to see that, you think, from the Jets?
Oh, yeah, I think there's no doubt that the Jets have felt that they have to do something spectacular, something away from the ordinary to get away from this pursuit. And you just saw it there, a naked bootleg, and he had a couple of guys he could have thrown to.
Sadowski and Boyer in the ball game. Boyer, a tight end, but actually lined up in a slot right position. And Nagel's going to call a timeout. There was some confusion there in the Jet offense. And Nagel will head to the sideline and talk things over with Bruce Coslett. 12:22 to go first half. Our score remains the Falcons 17 and the Jets nothing. On the WSP Atlanta Falcons Football Network. 19-yard line. The Jets have it. They're in Falcon territory after that timeout called by New York. First down 10. The Jets with their first good drive of the ball game. It started at their own 27. They're at the Falcon 19. Split backs this time. Baxter and Blair Thomas. For Browning Nagel under his center, Jim Sweeney. Boyer goes in motion from left to right. Here's a handoff. Big hole for number 30, Brad Baxter, inside the 15 down to the 10. And pretty much a 9-yard pickup that time by Brad Baxter. And it'll be 2nd and 1, and quarterbacks love this situation. They can do just about anything.
Criswell on the backside is able to get a little bit of piece of Oliver Barnett. He's not able to make the tackle because of that. He gets Oliver's knees rolling a little bit underneath him. It's important that the backside pursuit for the Falcons defense makes any play that is in a cutback position. That's Oliver Barnett's play, but Criswell makes a nice block, cutting him off a little.
Altoon out to the right, 2nd and 1. Baxter and Thomas split behind Browning Nagel. Nagel changing the call at the line of scrimmage, and the fans making a lot of noise. Boyer goes in motion left to right. Nagel, and it's a handoff. Baxter running right at the 10 and hit hard. There's a flag on the play as well. Jesse Tuggle just drilled the running back for the Jets, and we'll have to wait and see what the flag is for.
Guys, Minnesota has scored, got on the board for the first time this year. They kicked a 50-yard field goal. Green Bay 7, Minnesota 3. And Gary Anderson has kicked a 30-yard field goal, and that narrowed it 14-10. Houston 14, Pittsburgh 10, 13:09 left in the second quarter.
And our call from referee Tom White.
Holding, number 80 offense, 10 yards, still 2nd down.
Mark Boyer, the tight end, called for holding. The ball pushed back to the 20.
You're trying to get in tight with the officials? You're trying to make the officials stars? Huh?
Well, they are stars now.
Jesse Tuggle, I don't think I've seen him have 3 or 4 harder licks than he's had preseason, and that one right there that he put on Baxter.
2nd down. And 11. Play action fake. Nagel rolls to his right, looks downfield. Nobody there. Mike Gann chasing him. There's the toss in the end zone. Did McKyer pick it off? No, he was out of bounds. In the right corner of the end zone, the pass intended for Rob Moore. Double Deuce came over, picked it off, but he was out of bounds.
Boy, he wanted Sadowski. Sadowski's got to make a move away from Tippins. Instead of keep running towards the sideline, he's got a button hook up, pull up or something, and he's got a target for Nagel. Instead, he has to throw into the end zone. That was mighty fine coverage by Double Deuce.
Fans got a chance to see it on the replay, and that's close.
Hey, we're getting the long end of the deal in these close calls. That fumble earlier was no fumble, or it was a fumble, but we didn't recover it.
And the Jets have a 3rd and 11 from the Falcon 20. And now we've got another whistle, and the officials are going to call the Jets for delay of game. I think the fans were kind of like going, okay, they're going to change this, but you've got to remember.
5 yards prior to the snap. The ball was third down.
You got to remember there is no replay in the National Football League this year, so now they had it 2nd down and 1 from the 10. It is now 3rd down and let's call it 16 from the 25-yard line. Double wideouts now. Nagel will work from the shotgun. And the crowd booing. Al Toon in motion. On the left side, Nagel back to throw, looking downfield, pumps, fires the ball incomplete. Burkett, the intended receiver, and broken up by Bobby Butler. The 12th-year pro from Florida State, Bobby Butler. And when he plays against the Redskins next week, he'll move up to number 3 all-time in games played for the Falcons.
And real nice coverage on Burkett that time, crossing in an out pattern. Bobby's underneath him. He might even gotten a hand on that ball.
And now the Jets' Jason Starofsky will try a 42-yard field goal. Pat Leahy, longtime Jet kicker, retired after 18 seasons, and Starofsky beat out Raul Alegre for the job this year. And Alegre literally booted the Jets into the playoffs a year ago. Here's the snap. Here's the kick. It is up. And plenty of distance and good. So Starofsky connects. The Jets on the board for the first time. 10 minutes, 48 seconds to go. First half. Our score. Falcons 17, the Jets 3. On the WSB Atlanta Falcons Football Network. Falcons will get their hands on the football and return it from our left to right. Jason Starofsky completes a Jet drive. 10 plays, moving from their own 27 to the Falcon 25, where it ended on a 42-yard field goal. Here's the kick, and this is high, very short, and we've got a lineman coming up. That's Torrey Epps, who pretty much called for a fair catch at the 34-yard line. Nice job by Epps. That kind of scares you when those big guys start signaling fair catch under it. Scares you when they even come close to it.
This Aguiar is
Number 74
does the
made a fair
kicking off.
catch
He's
on the
also
play,
the
first
punter.
down.
He's got great hang time on his punts, and his kickoffs they're like mortar shots themselves.
So the Falcons with good field position at their own 34-yard line. First down and 10 as they move from left to right. Chris Miller has Keith Jones as his lone running back. Pritchard and Haynes out to the right. Hill and Jones out to the left. Miller under his center, Jamie Dukes. And he's going to roll to his right. Look, throw, little toss to Pritchard out in the flat, right side at the 40, and tried to shake a couple of tacklers, do a little stutter step there, but he slipped and fell, and he's just shy of a first down at the 43-yard line. So a 9-yard pass play there. Mike Pritchard's had a pretty good ball game here in the first half.
Jeff, in the scheme of the Jets defense, who primarily is going to be responsible for covering Michael Pritchard in the slot? Because he seems like he's going to be open a lot. He seems to be open so far.
Well, they're going to play a lot of underneath stuff, and right now you're seeing 2 linebackers. As I said earlier, I think most teams would rather play with 6 DBs. The Jets feel that Mo Lewis is a good enough coverage guy to cover a lot of times, also to rush. But Clifton, I think, is a liability in their zone coverage.
2nd and 1 call, and it's Pegram up the middle. Nice hole. He's got a first down and a few more to the 49-yard line. Brought down by Lonnie Young. Eric Pegram has shown us something here in this ball game. And a nice run there. A little hole right up the middle, and he gets a first down to the 49, a 6-yard run.
Had a nice push that time. Bill Fralick and Jamie Dukes shoving Miserow off the ball.
No injuries to report, but this report was still brought to you by Piedmont Hospital's Sports Injury Clinic, where minor injuries get major league care. In Atlanta, call 605-3838.
Can I talk about my injury? How about that?
That'll be in the next report.
Okay.
Coming up.
There's no injuries. I'll talk about mine. Trips to the left now for Chris Miller. 1st and 10. Falcons at their own 49. Miller looks, throws left flat. There's Drew Hill at the 45. Nice move to the 40.
Oh.
Ball pops in the air. It's loose, but I believe the Falcons have it. And I'm trying to see the number of the guy who got it. That was Tony Jones, number 83. Drew Hill tried to make a little extra happen, and he was hit by about 3 Jets, and the ball popped in the air, but fortunately, Tony Jones was there to grab it.
Al Del Greco's kicked a 36-yard field goal. Houston 17, Pittsburgh 10 at 10:21 of the second quarter.
That way. Has plenty of time, avoids the rush, steps to his left. Now will he put under his arm and run? He dives to the 37-yard line.
Thurman Thomas has scored his 3rd touchdown of the day. Buffalo 21, the Los Angeles Rams nothing. Not a great homecoming for Chuck Knoxville.
No, well, he had some success back in the early 80s with the Bills, but I don't know why he took the Rams job.
The only man to win championships at 3 different divisions, with the Rams and Buffalo and then over at Seattle.
Right. But never to the show, never to the big game.
He plays that Buddy Lass football.
Second down after a 3-yard scamper by Miller. Falcons need 7 for a first down. They're at the Jet 37-yard line. 7.5 to go. Second quarter. Miller stumbles. It's a draw to Pegram. Drops it, picks it up, has some room to run. Around the far sideline. Spins, and he's down to the 35-yard line. Well, there was a botch play that still worked out for the Falcons. You're right, Jeff. Every bounce has gone Atlanta's way here in this first half of play.
I think Miller shook himself up a little bit. Maybe like he stumbled on the carpet, like maybe pulled a little bit of a groin muscle or a leg muscle. He's still bending over, maybe trying to get a little stretch in right now. As he dropped back, he stumbled on his legs.
I think he wants a timeout, and he's going to get it. So Chris Miller will go to the near sideline. Now, Wade Wilson not active for this ball game. He's dressed, but Billy Joe Tolliver is the number 2 guy. So they'll take a look at Chris Miller, who's shaken up on the play. 6:57 to go in the first half. Falcons 17, Jets 3 on the WSB Atlanta Falcons Football Network.
We're live at the Georgia Dome. Falcons 17, Jets 3. Look at the scores here very quickly. Indianapolis 7, Cleveland nothing in the Rodney Dangerfield Bowl. The Eagles and the Saints 6-6. Chicago 10, Detroit 7. Houston 17, Pittsburgh 10. Back to Bill Rosinski.
Where Chris Miller's back in the ball game. And in the shotgun formation, third down, the Falcons need 6 for a first at the Jet 36. Miller will throw. Has time, again flushed out to the left, pump, fakes, looks downfield, now loops it for Tony Jones, who is open, and he's bumped from behind, and there's a official throwing a hat, may have gone out of bounds before he got downfield. We'll see what the officials decide to call here. And give credit to that Jet secondary. They did a great job of coverage there because Miller did have some time, and he tried to float one to Tony Jones down the far sideline, and now the official's talking over just what the call is.
I think he lost his hat, or his head. And threw his hat. Nice coverage by Hasty, the Jet cornerback, a very muscular corner, one of the better one-on-one cover guys in the NFL. And Mo Lewis really put a shot on Chris Miller over on the Jet sideline there. That's 2 in a row for Chris.
Well, we're going to have a 54-yard field goal try by Norm Johnson from the left hash mark. Scott Fulhag will hold. Gets back off. Here's the snap. Here's the kick. Plenty of distance. Does he have it? Yes! 54 yards by Norm Johnson. And a high five from special teams coach Bobby April as he heads to the sideline. And the Falcons increase their lead to 20-3 over the New York Jets. 54-yard field goal by Norm Johnson, and he just laid into that one.
Had a lot of success since coming over from Seattle. 11 of 28, lifetime 50-plus. Last year with the Falcons, he was 1 out of 2. Big one down in New Orleans, I think, was the 50-plusser. Win that game.
Well, what do you say? Kickers like the domes, right?
I was talking to Dave Jennings. We had him on the pregame show, and he was telling me about how all the kickers love coming in here to the dome, and I'm saying to myself, that's a bad combination. When anything the kickers like, you got to be a little leery of.
That tied a club record for the longest field goal in Atlanta Falcons history.
Previously set by
Paul McFadden. Central High. It's your turn to challenge. And Green Bay 10, Minnesota 3. As we update the scores here. That Rodney Dangerfield game, no respect in Cleveland or Indianapolis, still 7-0. I know you're anxious to hear that score. We'll update it again.
Norm Johnson will kick off high end over end. Eric McMillan 5 yards deep will not return it. And the Jets will take over at their 21st and 10. So that Falcon drive starting at their own 34 ends at the Jet 36. 7 plays, and Norm Johnson connects on a 54-yard field goal. Well, we'll see if Browning Nagel will keep it on the ground like he did most of the last Jet drive, which netted him a field goal.
I can see everybody make a lot of noise right here in this big series for the Jets.
Nagel with double wideouts to the left. Drops back to pass on first down. Has time. Throws deep down the far sideline for Rob Moore. And Moore has it. Oh, what a catch. Well played by McKyer, but a nice throw. And Rob Moore came down with it at the Falcon 39-yard line.
That was a great catch, and it was a pretty well-thrown ball. Falcons came with blitz. He knew he had one-on-one coverage out there with double deuce. And Moore caught 70 balls last year. He's 6'3". He does a great job. Look, right at the end, I think he kind of pushed off McKyer. At least he pushed away from him a little bit to steady himself before he focused in on the ball to make the catch.
Third-year pro from Syracuse, Rob Moore. Nice hands. 1st and 10 Jets at the Falcon 39-yard line. 5:53 to go in the half. Falcons 20, Jets 3. Nagel drops back to throw again. Looks to the near sideline. There's the toss. There's the catch. That time made by number 82, Rob Carpenter. Second-year pro from Syracuse. And that is very close to a first down. I guess it is a first down at the Falcon 27-yard line.
Boy just drops back. He reads zone. Pickens laying off. Bobby Butler underneath. And that's another well-delivered ball. Here's the kind of things that the Jets have been wanting to do with their offense, with their big wide receivers against this Falcon secondary.
Timeout.
Oh, there's a timeout. He didn't tell us who called it, but we've got an injury timeout over on the far sideline. Tim McKyer is down, and he's got the trainers out to take a look at him. And why don't we pause for a few seconds here. 5:44 to go, first half, our score. Falcons 20 and the Jets 3 on the WSB Atlanta Falcons Football Network. And Tim McKyer off to the sideline, replaced by Bobby Butler. Looks like McKyer will be okay, though. Meanwhile, the Jets have it 1st and 10 at the Falcon 27-yard line. Bobby Butler in for Tim McKyer. Nagel. Hands off on a delay. Nice hole for Blair Thomas to the 25, to the 20. Still going to the Falcon 15-yard line. Finally brought down by Bobby Butler. Tim Green also helps out, but a nice scamper by Blair Thomas. And it's another first down for the Jets. They have moved from their own 20 to the Falcon 15 in 3 plays.
By alignment alone, the Falcon defense has the Jets outflanked to that strong side, but the cutback was there that time. A great block by Baxter on Darian Connor. They really opened up that backside cutback.
Donaldson out of the ball game, and Brian Mitchell is in. Now remember, a guy like Mitchell just showed up in camp this week. 1st and 10 from the 15. The Jets knocking at the door. Falcons show blitz. Nagel to throw. Back to pass. Avoids the rush. Fires wide open in the end zone. Altoon. He's got it. Touchdown.
Well, that was a fine job by Nagel. He avoided the rush of Ken Tippins, who avoided the block of Baxter. And there was a mix-up in that secondary. You just might have named it then, Bill, when you said Brian Mitchell just in camp of the week. Nobody's covering the deep outside zone there, and he's free. Mitchell's staying with a short guy, no safety help deep. I'm not sure whose fault it was, though.
Starosky will try the extra point. Aguiar will hold. High snap. The ball placed down nicely, and the kick is up and good. So before you can say New York Jets, they march 80 yards in 4 plays. And they did it in, let's see, got a minute, a little over a minute and a few seconds on that. And Browning Nagel, welcome to the sidelines by his teammates, his very first NFL touchdown pass regular season. Nagel in the preseason was 34-64, 544 yards, 3 touchdowns. He had 2 intercepted. And he's not throwing an interception this afternoon, though he fumbled his very first snap from center, and that allowed the Falcons to get in and score their first touchdown. Well, the Falcons will get the ball back with 4:53 to go here in the first half of play.
Guys, Pennzoil and Walmart are making a cash donation to the Children's Miracle Network for every point the Falcons score this year. Pennzoil and Walmart are doing this in support of the Falcons and your community.
Once again, that Jet drive, 80 yards, 4 plays. They use up all of 1:49 on the clock, and it's a 15-yard touchdown pass from Browning Nagel to Altoon. Altoon, by the way, coming into this ball game, had caught at least 1 pass in 92 consecutive games, and now you can make it 93.
He didn't catch a touchdown pass all last season, though, until they got into the playoffs, and that's what they want to do, get him the ball in the end zone. Rob Moore had 5 touchdown passes. They're trying to upgrade getting the ball to their wide receivers in the end zone.
Once again, the Falcons will get their hands on the football. Here's the kick. It goes to the near sideline, hits in the end zone, and goes through the end zone. And the Falcons will get it at their own 20, first down and 10. 20-10. Falcons on top of the Jets. 4:46 to go here in the first half of play. Next week, the Falcons travel to our nation's capital. And it's a place that was very unfriendly a season ago. We'll take on the Washington Redskins. And our tailgate show will begin at 10:35 in the morning. We'll kick it off a little after 1 in the afternoon. Redskins do not play today. They are in Dallas for their regular season opener on Monday night. Now, Chris Miller has had a pretty successful first half. His team leading by 10. Double wide outs left. Falcons moving from left to right as we call the action for you. They're at their own 20-yard line. Pegram is the lone running back. Play action fake to Higg. Miller rolls right, looks down the near side. There's the toss. Mike Pritchard, another good catch at the 26-yard line. You look for a second at Michael Haynes deep down the near sideline, and he was well covered. In fact, he was double teamed.
And they had Brim and Washington down deep covering the deep fly route. Underneath it was McMillan on Pritchard, and you're right, he made his third good catch of the day, two which he paid heavily for in the first quarter.
Falcons would like to just control this clock and march down and score before the Jets can get their hands on the ball again. Nagel, I would assume, growing with confidence as this game goes on. Trips to the right for Miller. Second down, about 4. Jets showing blitz, and they're coming. It's a draw play to Pegram. Steps outside. He's to the 25, to the 30. Nice move by Pegram. First down. He's up to the 36-yard line.
Well, Mike Ken made a nice block. Rolled Mo Lewis, who was blitzing off that corner. Rolled him way inside, allowing Eric Pegram to get outside around Mike Ken.
So the running game, which was really non-existent in the preseason, has been very sharp here in this first game. Of course, the big first quarter for Tony Smith, that first drive, he had 40 yards. And the Jets only gave up 90 a game a year ago against the run. First and 10 Falcons. The ball at the 35-yard line. That was a 9-yard scamper by Pegram. Miller under center. Jamie Dukes drops back to throw. Big blitz again out to the right flat. Pritchard makes the catch at the 38. Cuts back, trying to avoid a couple of tacklers. Does the Pritchard shuffle and does not gain any more yardage on the play. In fact, the play only gained about a yard, maybe 2, and it'll be second down. But Mike trying to make something happen. Unfortunately, there were no black jerseys over there to throw some blocks. A lot of green and white in the area. Second down coming up.
But Chris Miller just sat in there. He knew he was going to get a shot. Lagerman and it might have been Clifton coming up the middle. Two guys who were going to unload on him as he delivered, and yet he's able to get the pass off. That's one of the things I think I've seen him develop the last couple of years. The rush. He knows he's going to get hit, and yet he still is able to deliver the ball with accuracy.
That was a tough 2 yards on that pass play to Pritchard, who now goes in motion from left to right, and now he'll go back to a slot right. Miller under center, drops back to throw. It's another draw play. Keith Jones up the middle to the 39 to the 40-yard line. Keith Jones with the scamper, and the tackle made by Dennis Byrd, fourth-year pro out of Tulsa. So that's a pickup of 3, and the Falcons will be faced with a 3rd and 5 from their own 40-yard line. And we have come down now to our
2-minute warning.
2-minute warning. It's the Seiko 2-minute warning. Our score in the second quarter with 2 minutes to go in it. Falcons 20 and the Jets 10 on the WSB Atlanta Falcons Football Network.
Other than Bill Rosinski's vaunted hip injury, the only injury to report on the Falcons team, Tim McKyer, minor ankle and knee problems. He should be back. This report was brought to you by Piedmont Hospital Sports Injury Clinic, where minor injuries, Bill, get major league care in Atlanta. You can call 605-3838.
I should stop in there, I guess. Here we go. Falcons 3rd and 5 from their 40 as we hit the 2-minute warning in quarter number 2. Miller out of the shotgun. Double wideouts to each side. Jets are not coming. 4-man rush. Flag on the play. Miller flushed out of the pocket. Avoids a tackler. Now cuts to the far near sideline. And he's lassoed at the 41-yard line by Mo Lewis. But we do have a flag on the play. Miller 4 yards short of a first down. And let's see. And Bill Pickell is saying it's against the Falcons.
Neil O'Donnell's pass to Jeff Graham for 19 yards as Pittsburgh has narrowed the Houston lead 17-16. The Steelers missed the extra point, so O'Donnell to Graham.
Number 75 on the offense. The penalty is declined. It'll take the result of the play. 4th down.
He shows no ill effects of whatever was bothering him a little while ago. Chris Miller was the leading rusher among quarterbacks last year, averaged about 7 yards a rush since Randall Cunningham was out all year, and he's moved around pretty well during preseason and also today.
Scott Fulhag will punt for the Falcons. Rob Carpenter back deep for the Jets. We have 1:51 to go here in quarter number 2. Falcons 20, Jets 10. Jets back off, setting up a return. Fulhag should get this away from about his 30. Flag on the play. Oh, and a bad kick off the side of his foot. That hits at the 30, but bounces the Falcons' way inside the 20-yard line. And out of bounds, we're at the 18. But let's see what the flag is for. Legal procedure against the Falcons. And the Jets may have them do this all over again.
They blocked 2 punts in preseason, and they blocked a number of kicks last year. That's one area that the Jets felt they upgraded their football team. Coach Fazio, now coaching the linebackers, was the special teams coach. He was also special teams coach here, and Foge was former head coach at Pittsburgh and coached at Notre Dame. Great name in college and pro football coaching.
Well, the Jets decide that they'll take the football with 1:43 to go in the half, and they'll ball at their own 18-yard line. Tim McKyer is back in the lineup for the Falcons. Fans trying to get the wave going here at the Dome. The first official regular season wave.
Bill Furlick headed to the locker room with the trainer. We'll have to update that situation.
Nagel out of the shotgun. Chris Burkett goes in motion from right to left. Rounding Nagel back to pass. Has all day to throw it. Fires it over the middle, and the ball is grabbed and caught by Terrence Mathis at the 35-yard line. And the Jets will go with a no huddle.
Note this is a big series here for the Jets. They could really cut the lead here.
The ever-popular prevent.
Yep.
Again, the shotgun. Nagel looks, fires over the middle again. Oh, Bobby Butler almost had it picked off. He was shadowing Chris Burkett. I don't think he knew the ball was coming.
Bobby didn't see it. Burkett should have had it. It hit him right in the right shoulder pad. That's a dangerous pass, though. Bobby was all over Burkett, at least underneath him. I'll tell you, Nagel's impressive in one thing. He does not mind throwing the ball. He's got a cannon-like arm, and he's bounced back from a horrendous start for your opening game.
Hassan Jones has caught a touchdown pass from Rich Gannon. Vikings-Packers tied 10-10.
Second down 10, Jets from their 35-yard line. Tune in motion to the right. Nagel from the shotgun. Again with time. Has all day again. Fires over the middle, and that's a low throw. And good coverage by the Falcons, Tim McKyer and Scott Case, as they sandwiched around Rob Moore, the intended receiver. But that ball was in the turf long before it got to the intended receiver. Third down and 10 for the Jets.
Well, they've got 5 guys blocking against 3, and he keeps Tune in for some reason that time. I'm really not certain why he wanted to go to him all the way. I'm not certain why they don't really flood him out there against his prevent.
Darian Conner out of the ballgame, and Jesse Solomon is in. Number 54. Again, a new acquisition this week by the Falcons. 3rd and 10, Jets from their 35, and a flag is down on the snap, and they're going to blow the play off. Irv Eatman literally tackled number 51 for the Falcons.
Eric Fairs. You were going to say, I know Brett Farinaz. and it sounds like Fairs and Farinaz, but
my buddy Brett is gone.
He's a nice man, and just fell victim to a number situation, a chance to pick up Eric Fairs, who was a great special team player for Coach Glanville at Houston, and then Jesse Solomon, who's been in the league 7 years and can play any number of positions, outside and inside, and right now they're using him as a rush man.
Stadium clock, 1 minute, 16 seconds. 1 minute, 16 seconds.
So Eric Fairs wearing number 51. On our flip cards, he was 59, but they obviously changed that with Farinez being waived. He takes Brett's number, and the penalty, 5 yards against the Jets, puts the ball at their 30, where it is 3rd down, 15 for a first. Crowd yelling defense. Nagel. And it's a running play to Freeman McNeil. 35, 40, trying to get the first down. Cuts back right. He's got the first down and tackled from behind at the 48-yard line. The 12-year pro from UCLA, Freeman McNeil. It was a draw, and he gets the first down. Albert Shelley tackled him, but not before Mr. McNeil gets the first down.
New York.
And the Jets have called a timeout.
40-second timeout.
1:06 to go in the quarter. Falcons 20, Jets 10. And that was a big third down play and a big third down run. Freeman McNeil, of course, the guy who the trial is named after.
And you know they're not going to cut him. He's got a safe job for a year for sure.
Should get a verdict on that this week, they say. I want to remind everyone that every week we'll be announcing 2 Hooters Winged Warriors of the Game. These players will be invited to the Monday night broadcast at Hooters this week on Memorial Drive from 6 to 8 o'clock. That's on Memorial Drive in Stone Mountain. Hope you'll join Bill and Jeff there 6 to 8 o'clock tomorrow night at Hooters Memorial Drive in Stone Mountain.
We get extra for working on Labor Day? You get some extra wings, I guess, huh? First and 10 Jets. They're at their own 48. Nagel again from the shotgun. Looks downfield. Tim Green after him. Tim Green's got him back at the 36-yard line. And an injured Jet is Irv Eatman, the starting right tackle on offense, slow to get up. Big sack by Tim Green, who led the Falcons in sacks a year ago.
What a terrible job of pass protection by that Jet offensive line to allow 3 guys to do that kind of pressure.
Nagel again to throw, and there are flags on the play. Chris Burkett makes the catch at the 40, but the flags fly before they get the play off.
And conversely, what a great job by Tim Green,
yes,
to fight off 2 blockers and get that sack.
Jet offensive unit kind of gone into the twilight zone the last 3 plays. They've lined up incorrectly. They've had some indecision.
Real inconsistent performance by their offense today, and their defense, I think, has been totally held off balance by the Falcons.
Number 90.
And yet, 20 to 10, this game is certainly still a lot in doubt. And this last minute has taken how long to play?
Well, this is typical. I know when I worked network, we'd look at, probably 15 minutes for the last 2. Ball at the 41, that penalty against the Falcons. And here's Freeman McNeil again on a delay to the 45. And Tim Green grabs him and drops him at the 47-yard line. Mike Gann, little extra jump on top to make sure he was down. Ball up near the 48-yard line. Gain of 7. And now it's third down for the Jets. Clock ticking down, 30 seconds to go. Here's Connor blitzing, and he's got the quarterback. Nagel let it go, and the pass will go incomplete. But credit number 56, Darian Connor, for pressuring Nagel. And he hit him as he let the ball go, and it's fourth down.
That's what they've been looking for out of Darian Connor. A couple of guys they've brought in. Even today, they've been playing Jesse Solomon at that rush spot. They want to see Darian Connor one-on-one against a tackle. This time a nice outside move against Criswell.
So the Falcons will get the ball with 28 seconds to go. Now, remember, Atlanta has already used 2 timeouts. In fact, they've used them all. They've used 3. So there are no timeouts left. Jason Phillips back deep. Aguiar will kick. And this is a high floater heading for the left corner of the end zone, and it goes out of bounds where? 1-yard line? Make it the 2. Nice punt by Aguiar. So I'm pretty sure the Falcons will be content with no timeouts left to just sit on the football. The Jets have 1 timeout. They'll probably use it and hope for a Falcon mistake. But barring the bizarre, Atlanta should get out of this hole and head to the locker room with a 10-point lead. Coming up at halftime, Jim will update you on all the scores in the NFL. We'll have some reports for you from Buffalo, where the Rams are visiting, and Philadelphia, where the Saints are. 49ers play later this afternoon against the Giants at the Meadowlands. And our opponent next week, the Washington Redskins. They're in Dallas for the first Monday night game.
Nagel finished 8 out of 15, 143 yards for 1 TD. Pretty respectable first half after his start.
Miller under center Jamie Dukes, and everybody crowds behind him. There's the snap, and Miller will kneel down. And Jets are going to say, well, we know this is it. We won't use that last time out. So the sellout in the Georgia Dome, very happy with what they've seen in the first 15 minutes. We have come to the end of the first half of Game 1 of the regular season. Our score, the Falcons 20, the Jets 10. On the WSB Atlanta Falcons Football Network.
In order to keep their 91 average.
And our second half is underway. Here's the kick, and it's about 4 yards deep in the end zone. Eric McMillan grabs it and downs it. And the Jets will take over at their own 20, first down and 10. The center is Jim Sweeney for the Jets. Dwayne White, Dave Cadigan are the guards. Irv Eatman and Jeff Criswell are the tackles. Even, by the way, A couple of notes on him. He lives in Marietta, Georgia in the off-season. He hails originally from Dayton, Ohio, so I guess Eatman tries to find out where the Cox radio stations are and picks a spot and lives there.
He was a great player in the USFL and then later with Kansas City and traded to the Jets last year.
1st and 10. Browning-Nagel will work under center. Split backfield. Thomas and Baxter, they're there. And there's a flag on the play and a handoff to Blair Thomas, hit at the 25, but the flags fly, the whistles blow, and this play will go for naught. Browning-Nagel, the quarterback. Blair Thomas and Brad Baxter are the running backs. The receivers, Rob Moore is one of the wideouts. Al Toon, the other, and the tight end is Mark Boyer. And here's the call.
Ball start. Number 69, number 80 on the offense. Prior to the snap, 5 yards. Still first down.
Well, the Jets have had a number of those non-athletic penalties early in this game. Very inconsistent look by an offense that was 6th in the NFL last year. 5th with a rush, 12th with a pass.
And they've been penalized 7 times in this ball game for 45 yards. Nagel again, split backfield. 1st and 15 from his own 15-yard line. And here's the handoff. Blair Thomas. He's tackled immediately by Michael Reed, the left inside linebacker. He read the play and went right after Blair Thomas and grabbed him. And he may have lost no gain on the play. Still at the 15, 2nd down.
It is a great read by Michael Reed. To be redundant, say that about 4 or 5 times very quickly. Michael replacing John Rady, who was recently retired, but he was having a great year about a year and a half ago and then recovered from knee surgery. Probably their best linebacker, maybe it was 2 years ago, was their best linebacker before being felled by knee injury.
2nd down, 15. Nagel drops back to throw. Looks, pumps, now sprints out to the right, now throws. Burkett's got it at the 25 and tackled at the 29-yard line. Pretty good catch by Chris Burkett. Former Buffalo Bill, but got into the doghouse in that organization a couple of years ago. Came over here to the Jets, 8th-year pro out of Jackson State. Shy of the first down to the 29-yard line. They needed 15. He got them 14. So it'll be 3rd down and a yard to go for the Jets. Falcons 20, Jets 10. 13:43 to go in the 3rd quarter. We're just underway in it. Again, split backfield. Falcons 4 down linemen. Here's the call. Here's the handoff. And there is Brad Baxter going off left tackle. He's got the first down to the 31-yard line. Over to make the hit. Little too late, Jesse Tuggle. 6th-year pro out of Valdosta State. So I'll say that right. Somebody corrected me this past week on how I was pronouncing that college.
Indianapolis 7, Cleveland 3. Matt Stover kicked a 20-yard field goal. Houston 24, Pittsburgh 16. Warren Moon passed to Ernest Gibbons for 8 yards. And Buffalo 27, Rams 7. Jim Kelly passed to Mitch Farrat for 2 yards.
First down, 10 Jets at their 31-yard line. Nagel fakes the draw, back to throw, fires down the middle, and a nice catch by Johnny Mitchell, the rookie out of Nebraska. He is hauled down at the Falcon 45-yard line, but Johnny Mitchell, great concentration on that catch.
Well, that's what they want to do, get Johnny Mitchell in that game. Not very good blocker. Their number 1 choice out of Nebraska. They get a good matchup with him on tip-ins, a blitz coming, and a nice pickup by Baxter on Jesse Tuggle, allow Browning-Nagel to have a little time to throw that football.
He's just a pup, only 21 years of age, just came old enough to buy beer and played in the National Football League.
He can fly, though, 4'6" in the 40 and weighs about 250.
Well, now you've got Blair Thomas out wide left and going in motion as Nagel drops back to pass deep down the far sideline for Rob Moore. McKyer on him. The ball batted in the air, and a flag is thrown. It'll go on McKyer. Interference inside the 5. They'll mark it at the 4.
Ball way underthrown. Moore had to hold up for it, but McKyer is shoving him. He's beaten clearly by Moore. Looking for some route, maybe gambling a little bit on that side, and beaten very clearly. The ball vastly underthrown. Moore trying to come back for it. McKyer just kind of runs through him.
They'll spot it at the 3-yard line.
Did I say vastly?
Pass interference.
Is that a word or
vastly?
Yes. First down at the spot, 1st and goal.
As a matter of fact, it's a very eloquent word, Jeff.
Well, thank you.
A Kentucky gentleman would say something like that.
Number 62 reporting is eligible. Number 62.
Vastly underthrown. I've got to remember that. Put it in my repertoire.
Pasquarelli had some word in his write-up on the game today that I hadn't seen before. I was going to credit him for coming up with that one. Roger Duffy in as an eligible player. Freeman McNeil in the backfield with Blair Thomas. First and goal, Jet from the Falcon 3-yard line after the pass interference call. Double tight ends. They're all bunched inside. Hand off to McNeil. Nowhere to go. And a great play. I believe that was Brian Mitchell. No, make that Torrey Epps, number 74. 74, Torrey Epps. Good hit, and they lost a yard. Lost 2 on the play. Back to the 5. Good play by Torrey Epps. Again, the double tight ends. Backfield split. Second and goal, Jets from the Falcon 5-yard line. Nagel hands off. Here goes Brad Baxter slanting left to the 2 to the 1. There's a fumble on the play. It's loose. Scott Case has it. Falcon football. Falcon football. Scott Case picks it up. And another turnover by the Jets. And we got a little rumble going as they fight for that football at the 2-yard line, but Scott Case has it.
Like I'm sorry, Bill.
Go ahead.
It looked like a little loser-leave town battle royal there. Case didn't want to give up the football. This guy, Baxter, Jeff, last year scored 11 touchdowns, led the AFC.
He's their touchdown maker. He has a tendency to fumble, though. He hasn't played an awful lot. He was a Plan B out of Minnesota. Nice hit by Jesse Tuggle on the scrape. He kind of strips him of the ball, tackles the ball.
11:13 to go in the third quarter. The score, the Falcons 20, the Jets 10. On the WSB Atlanta Falcons Football Network. Defensive play by James Hasty, number 40.
Well, James Hasty's a very, very stocky cornerback as far as they go. 6 foot, 200 pounds, and fifth year out of Washington State. 3 interceptions last year. Had nice tight coverage on Tony Jones. Tony Jones a flyer, but he didn't have him beat. Miller didn't lead him with the ball at all. Let him run underneath it.
So the Falcons faced with a 2nd and 10 from their own 6-yard line after that incomplete pass. Keith Jones, the lone running back for Atlanta. Double wideouts to each side. Now Drew Hill, a little motion, but then back to a slot left. Miller under. Jamie Dukes the center. Hands off to Keith Jones. He is popped right at the line of scrimmage by Jeff Lageman. And that was it. No gain there for Jones. And it'll be 3rd down and 10 coming up for the Falcons.
Mark Herman has passed 26-yard TD to Reggie Langhorne as the Indianapolis Colts extend their lead over Cleveland 14-3 in the third quarter.
Some of those Cleveland fans were yelling at the Falcon bus after that win over Atlanta. They're not going to be doing any yelling today or for the rest of the season.
A tough AFC Central division. Cleveland, Cincinnati, and Pittsburgh.
Woof. Houston's got a cakewalk, I would think. 3rd down 9. They gave a yard to Jones that time. Shotgun, trips to the left for Miller. Takes the snap, has time, plenty of time. Now fires over the middle, and there's the catch made by Pritchard at the 10. Or make that Tony Jones, number 83. Tony Jones makes the catch at the 10, but that's only a 3-yard gain, so it'll be 4th down and 6.
Notice almost as if they had the play they wanted on the first down play with Jones single covered, just the ball overthrown a little bit. It was like that was the play they were looking for to really break a big one on the first down.
Well, yeah, I mean, you don't often throw from your 5-yard line. You're taking some chances there, and they took a risk, but give Hasty credit. And the other plays, the scheme-wise, the Jets have been able to come up and kind of had good coverage that time. And also, Miller took another hit. He's taken 4 or 5 hits in this game.
Fulhag will punt. Big rush is on. He gets a nice boot away. Rod Carpenter at his own 39, near sideline. Now back up the near sideline to the 50, and he'll decide that discretion, the better part of valor, and takes it out of bounds at the 48 of the Falcons. Our score, the Falcons 20, the Jets 10. We are going to take a local timeout here. Once again, the score, 9:29 to go, quarter number 3. Falcons 20, Jets 10. On the WSB Atlanta Falcons Football Network. New York Jets football with 9:29 to go, quarter number 3. Falcons by 10, 20-10 over the Jets. But the Jets with good field position starting this drive at the Falcon 48-yard line. Browning Nagel under his center, Jim Sweeney. Here's the first down call. Looks to the far sideline, pump fake. Now goes to the near sideline. Moore makes the catch, and Pickens all over him at the 45-yard line. So a pass play of 3 yards, but Bruce Pickens there to grab Rob Moore. And I don't know, is that a little change up there? McKier's been guarding Moore a lot. And they just sent Moore out. I don't know if they're going to have Pickens on Moore now and just switch with McKier or just keep him there.
Toon is not playing. He must be injured. I've not seen him back in the game here. And at the same time, the Falcons last time showed press by the corners dropped off. I think they fooled Browning Nagel.
Double wideouts left for Nagel. And once again, Rob Moore out to the left side. Nagel to throw. Plenty of time. Loops it over the middle, and a nice catch at the Falcon 36-yard line. And that was number 32, Blair Thomas, out of the backfield, who makes the grab. So Blair Thomas on the reception, and that's a first down. They'll mark it at the 35-yard line. A pickup of 10. They needed 7, so that's another first down for the Jets.
A lot of time to throw, no pressure, but that is a very difficult catch. He's standing amongst 3 linebackers, Jesse Tuggle, Ken Pickens, and Darian Connor, all over there standing around him when he makes that catch.
First and 10 Jets from the Falcon 35. Nagel sends Burkett in motion from left to right, and now Burkett will go back left. Here's a handoff to Blair Thomas, running right. Forget it, nothing there. He is tackled behind the line of scrimmage. Michael Reed made the first hit. Number of black jerseys to follow. It'll be second down.
Not a lot for Blair Thomas there, but Thurman Thomas is doing a pretty good job up in Buffalo today. He just scored his 4th touchdown of the day, a 10-yard run. Buffalo 34, Los Angeles Rams 7, and that is still in the 3rd quarter.
So if you got Thurman in the fantasy league, you're looking good. Second down, 12. Jets on the march from our right to left as we call the play-by-play from the Dome. Falcons by 10, 7:26 to go, 3rd quarter. Nagel, short drop, blitzes on, throws out to Burkett, left flat at the 35, sheds a tackler at the 20, at the 10. Chris Burkett scores a touchdown. Bobby Butler beaten on that play. And then it was Burkett down the near sideline for 6.
Well, it was a great rush by Tim Green. He took an inside move on Cadigan, and he's back there. Nagel has to unload before he's ready. Butler, though, unable to cover Burkett.
And the Jets continue to battle back. Atlanta led 17-0 after the first quarter. But now with this extra point by Starofsky, they can cut the gap to 3. Aguiar will hold. Here's the snap. Here's the kick. The extra point is up and good. 7:14 to go, 3rd quarter. The score now, Falcons 20, the Jets 17. On the WSB, Atlanta Falcons Football Network. Falcons will get their hands on the football and move it from left to right. Aguiar will kick off for the Jets. And Eric Pegram is the deep man in the middle for Atlanta. The Jets have cut the Falcon lead down to 3. It is 20-17. Aguiar's boot. This is a boomer. And Pegram's got it at his 3-yard line. Bobbles it, picks it back up. 10. Avoids a tackle at the 15. And the ball pops loose. The Jets have it. They pick it up. Eric McMillan takes it down to the 1-yard line. Eric McMillan picked up the fumble by Pegram. But they're going to say what? And it is the Jets football at the 1.
Yeah, these other officials trying to signal it down, though, here.
Let's see.
At the 15. What is the call? And now I think he's going to get overruled. Let's see. Who is it?
Well, they spotted the ball on the 1 because that's a dead ball spot. If the play the play doesn't stand, but I think he blew it dead right there.
Well, our referee once again, Tom White, will tell us.
Ruling on the field. Forward progress was stopped before the ball came out. Therefore, the ball goes back to Atlanta.
I'll tell you, the Falcons, they've had the ball bounce their way at least 3 times so far in this game. And in this case, Eric Pegram, who has a style of running, of spinning and trying to catch extra yardage. You might talk about forward progress. He was knocked down. I think he was trying to spin out of there when he got hit.
That last New York Jet drive, 48 yards, 4 plays, 37-yard touchdown pass from Browning Nagel to Chris Burkett. And the Falcons have the ball at their own 15-yard line, first down and 10. Miller under his center. Back to pass. Looks, pumps, and hits out to Pritchard in the flat. Flag is thrown. Pritchard 20, 25, and tackled there. But there is a flag way back at where Chris Miller threw the ball. And in fact, there's a couple of flags on the play. And the Falcons walking backwards, so this will go against Atlanta.
Was it an ineligible receiver and a holding call?
Yeah.
Got out too fast in that screen. Their timing of the screens have a little disruptive today. They've had some success with them early, though.
They threw the ball behind the line of scrimmage. I don't know.
Eligible lineman downfield, number 75. The penalty is declined. Holding, number 64 offense. 10 yards previous spot. That penalty is accepted. First down.
So holding on Jamie Dukes, that wipes out the penalty, the other penalty on Chris Hinton.
Jamie up to question the official. I think it's best when you get called for holding not to say anything.
Ball spotted inside the 10-yard line at the 8. So the Falcons have had pretty rugged field position. The last few times they've had the ball. End of the first half, they were at their own 2. Then they started at their own 6. And now they're pushed back at their 8, although that was a drive that the original line of scrimmage was the 15. First in a bunch. Miller under Dukes. Short drop, looks to the far side. There's the toss in and out of the hands of Tony Jones, number 83, at the 15-yard line.
Gary Anderson's kicked a 25-yard field goal, and Houston now leads the Pittsburgh Steelers 24-19 at the 8:48 mark of the third quarter. Good ball game there.
He had to throw that ball over Eric McMillan, kind of in a linebacker position then, playing that weak side back over there, and in order to get him inside that zone. McMillan 6'2", Tony Jones about 5'7".
They were showing the replay here, and the fans oohing and eyeing. I'll tell you something, the Jets are going to vote for replay next week. They've been burned a couple of times. Second down, 17, Falcons from their 8-yard line. Miller, little roll to the left, throws. There's Pritchard on a slant, makes the catch at the 18, up to the 20-yard line. So Mike Pritchard, 12-yard reception there to the 20, and the Falcons faced with a third down and about 5 for a first down. Next week, the Falcons pay a visit to our nation's capital. Mr. Van Oat, Mr. Ross, and myself will be broadcasting from RFK Stadium in Washington. Our pregame show at 10:35. We'll kick it off a little after 1 o'clock.
High above the nation's capital on the roof.
Yeah. One of the more decrepit press boxes in the NFL.
They take care of Sonny and
Sonny and Sam.
Sam up there, right. I noticed.
Big third down for the Falcons. They need a little more than 4 for a first. Blitz coming. Here's a little toss and a bad read there. Drew Hill, I believe the intended receiver. Miller looked and threw to the near side, but nobody there. Hill cut in, and the pass a little out pattern expected maybe. It's fourth down.
Seem to be out of sync right now, note offensively.
Other than that first quarter where they really had the Jets kind of confused, I think it's turned around a little bit for them, and yet the Jets have had some balls that did not bounce their way because of certain situations, and the Jets have hung in there and have narrowed it to 20-17. Falcons need something to pick them up.
Fulhag will punt for the Falcons. Big rush, and he gets it away, and he's hit, and there's going to be a roughing call maybe. No flag.
Oh, come on.
And a fumble by the Jet up man, that's Carpenter, who's at the 30 and tackled back at the 28-yard line. I believe they will say he was pushed in to the punter.
There's no running into the kicker. He was pushed into him by his own man.
I didn't see him get hit. That's Burkett coming. I guess it's Keith Jones. Yeah, he gets a little shot on McMillan, rather. That's right.
McMillan punched the man in. So we've got 5:29 to go here in quarter number 3. Score, Falcons 20, Jets 17 on the WSP Atlanta Falcons Football Network.
When you
New York Jet football at their own 28-yard line. I'm Bill Rosinski along with Jeff Van Oat and Jim Ross from the Georgia Dome, where the Jets have battled back, trailing at 1.17-0. Falcons on top by 3, 20-17, and the fans are booing. We need that home field Georgia Dome edge. Double wideouts left. Boyer in motion to the right. Nagel drops back to throw. Blitz is on. Nagel steps away and throws deep down. Rob Moore wide open. Has it at the 25. He can get up and no, he didn't hold on. Didn't hold on. McKyer buys a break there.
McKyer did some lobbying there. He was begging for that call.
They got the Falcons, though, moving their defense. They originally put Boyer on the line at the left side. Donaldson then comes over, traditional strong safety look, zone look there. They backed him off the line, sent him in motion. Falcons make adjustment, but they get what they want. One-on-one with Tim McKyer. They've been trying to do it a lot today, and he's got McKyer beat by at least 5 strides, ball underthrown.
New York Jets football at their 28, second down and 10. Falcon defense trying to force a Jet mistake and hoping the crowd will help him. Nagel back to pass on second and 10. Looks, fires out, and the pass is caught. Nice grab. That was number 82, Rob Carpenter, shy of a first down by a yard. Far sideline at the 38.
Now that takes a strong arm to throw that out. That's all the way across the field from the near side hash marks, and it's a 9-yard out. He's got a zone thrown into the zone with McKyer covering deep. Butler underneath.
Reporting is eligible, number 62.
So it was a fastball, a very fast, hard ball.
Roger Duffy reports as eligible, so they go double tight ends, one running back. Third and less than a yard for a Jet first down at their own 38-yard line. Nagel, play action fake. He wants it all down the middle to Moore, who makes the catch at the 35, and Bruce Pickens ran into the back judge there at the 35-yard line. And I'll tell you something, had that ball been a little bit better thrown, it would have been a touchdown.
Oh, he's wide open. It's the play that everybody who looks at football says, why don't they do more often, and they don't. It's a big, risky play. The sure thing's to go get the first down. It's a great fake inside, and he had Bruce Pickens beat very, very easily on deep inside coverage.
And a pretty good play-action fake by Browning Nagel. First and 10 Jets at the 34 of the Falcons. That was a 28-yard hookup that time. Falcons showing blitz, and they're coming. They hand off to Blair Thomas. He's stacked up at the line of scrimmage and pushed backwards. I think Mo Gardner was the first guy there, number 67, second-year pro from Illinois.
Working next door to Bill Parcells and Marv Albert, who looks like the poster boy for the Hair Club for Men. One of the nicer rugs I've seen in a while, Note.
Oh. No comment.
Sorry, Marv.
My strength is my hair.
That's right. Samson Van Note.
Second down, 10 Jets from the 34. Double wideouts left. Nagel, short drop, looks to the near sideline. There's the toss. Carpenter makes the catch, avoids a tackle there by Mitchell, and has the first down as he goes out at the 23-yard line. So the Falcon defensive backs missing tackles. Bobby Butler missing Chris Burkett on their last series, and he took it in for a touchdown.
143 yards in the first half for Nagel after a very slow start. 8 out of 15, 1 TD. This third quarter, I don't know the stats, but it's he's very, very accurate, I think, this third quarter. And he doesn't mind throwing the ball, maybe sometimes in places where it shouldn't be thrown. He's going to be a great quarterback in this league.
And remember, the Jets have coughed it up twice in this football game when they were, last time they were on the verge of scoring a touchdown. First and 10 Jets from the Atlanta 24. Nagel back to throw. Blitz is on. There's the toss. And the ball almost caught and then almost picked off by Brian Mitchell. The ball was in and out of the hands of the intended receiver, Rod Carpenter, and then Mitchell had it roll his way before it fell incomplete.
Falcons come with a blitz. That ball should have been caught. He juggled that ball and could have kept running with it, but there's a drop.
At the end of 3, Detroit and Chicago. What a football game there in the black and blue division. 10-10 all. And Nagel has completed 16 of 24 thus far in the ball game.
Double wideouts right. Rob Moore out to the left. Bruce Pickens on him, so keep an eye on that one. Second down, 10 Jets from the Falcon 24. The lone running back, Blair Thomas. Falcons showing blitz. They're coming. Nagel to throw. Steps up. Pumps. Lets it fly in the air. McKier's battling the receiver for it, and it's dropped in the end zone, incomplete. And the intended receiver was Chris Burkett, number 87. And McKier claiming that he was interfered with.
If he ever got laryngitis, I don't think he could play. He's always talking.
Well, it was a battle between them, no doubt about it, and it's just kind of an alley-oop route. I'm going to throw it up there, see if you can get it. Both McKier and Burkett have an opportunity to go after the ball, so I think it's a good call by the officials not to call any interferences. They kind of battle.
The proverbial good no call.
Except, and look at the replay, Burkett drops a touchdown.
Yeah.
Third and 10 Jets from the Falcon 24. And once again, Falcons are showing blitz, and the crowd coming to life. And Nagel wants a timeout because the play clock was down to 1 second.
Timeout. The second start timeout.
Well, he's recognizing what's going on, but it's still coming just a little bit late, that recognition.
2:40 to go here in the third quarter. The score remains Falcons 20, Jets 17. On the WSB Atlanta Falcons Football Network. Falcons 23. Double wideouts left. Burkett and Carpenter for Browning Nagel. Blair Thomas, the lone running back. Burkett in motion to the right. Burkett to pass. Nagel to pass. Looks, throws. Bobby Butler knocks it down at the 10. Intended for Chris Burkett. It'll be fourth down.
Brian Mitchell on a delayed blitz. Nobody came into his area to cover. And he's, as Nagel's setting to throw, Mitchell starts coming with a blitz. I think that was an ill-advised throw. That ball could have been intercepted, and Mitchell had a lot to do with that by being in Nagel's face.
And now Jason Starofsky will try a 41-yard field goal with a chance to tie this football game. Aguiar will hold. Bad snap, but a good placement. Here's the kick. It is up, and it is no good. It hit the left upright. Starofsky hits the left upright. The Falcons dodge another bullet.
Clean living.
Somebody's smiling on this team this afternoon so far.
They're going to get it all in one game is unfortunate, though. I mean, this is, they've had a lot of good circumstances, and the crowd got into that last defensive surge. I think that might have helped them a little bit, too.
2:29 to go now here in the third quarter. Falcons still lead by 3. Chris Miller and the offense, they got to get something going here now. They've been pretty quiet this whole half. Miller on a delay to Keith Jones running right and can't find anybody. Cuts back left and does yeoman's work to get it back to the original line of scrimmage. Tackled there by Paul Fraze. Fourth-year pro out of Syracuse, wears number 91, and it'll be second down, and let's see where they spot this, up at the 24 line of scrimmage, so it'll be second and 10.
Well, they went with a trap there that we haven't seen since early in the game. In fact, we have not seen Tony Smith since early in the game when he ripped off 3 rushes for about 40 yards. But Houston Hoover looked very, very gingerly pulling there.
Richard Haynes out to the right. Hill is slot left, and again that little motion behind Miller and then back to his slot position. Miller drops back to throw, has time, looks, fires. There's the catch made by Hill at the 25. Breaks the tackle, he's up to the 30. And a pretty good move by Drew Hill to avoid the original tackler. I believe that was Lageman who had him first, and then finally the free safety Lonnie Young makes the tackle.
Vikings have gone ahead of the Green Bay Packers 13-10. And we'll update some more scores here momentarily.
You see how they're forcing him to work underneath, and he's not getting a lot of time. They're getting a good push from their defensive line, just bringing 4 and stunning with them. But the double zone deep is really keeping the Falcons in check downfield.
Doug Shively down on the near side here trying to rally that defense, clapping his hands saying good job the last time. Falcons need a first down here. Offense needs to stay on the field. 3rd and 4 from their 30. Miller out of the shotgun. Back to throw out to the left. Tony Phillips gets a block, tackled, and dropped at the 31-yard line. He had a block, but the Jets played it well. And Phillips is tackled, or excuse me, Tony Jones tackled at the 31-yard line. It's going to be 4th down.
It's a real fine read by the Jet cornerback Eric McMillan. It's a little screen play that the Falcons use to try to get their wide receivers downfield with a couple of linemen in front of him. Eric McMillan makes a nice shoestring tackle.
And we've got an injured Jet at about the 35-yard line over on the far side. And I believe it's James Hasty, number 40. He's on his knees, hunched over. But the Falcons will have to send the Black Wave defensive unit back onto the field. And they've been on the field most of this third quarter. There are 34 seconds remaining in it. And the Falcons, amazingly, still in front in this game, 20-17, because the offense has done nothing here in the third quarter, and the Jets have been knocking at the door. They fumbled inside the 5, and Starofsky hit the left upright on a 42-yard field goal try.
Now, since they went up 20-3, it's been all Jets offense and Falcons defense, and a couple of plays that have kept the Jets out of the scoring zone.
Fulhag will punt. Get it away from about his 20. Rob Carpenter back deep for the Jets. Harper LaBelle is the snapper. He gets it to Fulhag, and here's the punt. Nice high spiral. Carpenter at his own 16-yard line looking for some blocks. There's a clip. I didn't see a flag. To the 25, to the 30. There it is. Up to the 41-yard line, but this is going to go back. Because at the 21-yard line, Elbert Shelley was just hit right in the back as he tried to make the tackle.
Boy, the referee responded to the crowd, I think, more than anything. You spotted the clip early, and he held the flag until after the guy had gotten up the field about 10 or 12 yards.
One of the new officials in the league, that judge, Larry Upson, was a guy that also got run over by Pickens down there a while ago, got out of position there. I think this is his first NFL game, regular season game.
Well, he's 1 for 1, even up calls. Isn't that what everybody say? that the officials even the calls up. I've heard that from one fan over the years. I've heard it from 500. I never heard any more ridiculous in my life sometimes.
First down.
Yeah, sure, I should have been in a position to make this, and I didn't, so I'll even it up for you somewhere later in the game.
I don't think that happens.
I don't think so either. I think it's ludicrous to hear people tell me how they know they do it.
Well, there's 1 second to go in the third quarter. And the Jets have it at their own 11 after that illegal blocking call. First and 10 for Browning-Nagel. Here's the call. Blair Thomas with the football up the middle. 15, 20, 21-yard line and near a first down. And that's not Blair Thomas. That's Brad Baxter with the carry. Might have the first down. And we have come to the end of the third quarter of play. The score, the Atlanta Falcons 20, the New York Jets 17. On the WSB Atlanta Falcons Football Network.
Welcome back to the Georgia Dome at Falcons 20, the Jets 17. Let's quick look at the scores here. Philadelphia 15, New Orleans 6 in the fourth quarter. Buffalo 34, LA Rams 7. Green Bay 10, Minnesota 13. Bears, Lions 10-10. And the Steelers 22. The Oilers 24. Back to Bill.
Second down Jets as we start the fourth quarter. They need a yard. Browning-Nagel play action fake looking deep down the middle of the field. There's the toss for Carpenter, who's there. He's got it at the Falcon 40. McKyer after him and pushes him out of bounds at the 29-yard line. Another great play action fake by Browning-Nagel. 2nd and 1. It's a great down to go deep on. The Jets did. McKyer beaten on the play, and it's 1st and 10 New York.
Jets have done everything in this second half, it looks like, to try to get themselves in a one-on-one pass position and buy a little bit of time for Nagel, but a lot of times it's been with a matchup of McKyer against Carpenter, Moore, and even Burkett at times. They're going after him one-on-one.
51-yard hookup from Browning-Nagel to Rod Carpenter. 1st and 10 Jets at the Falcon 29. Split backfield, taking the handoff. Blair Thomas now cuts out to his left. The Falcons after him. Darian Connor tries to force him out of bounds, and finally Scott Case with a late hit, and there's a flag. 2 flags. And this will go against Case for the extra hit well after the play.
Forgot what the sideline was. Ran out of playing field and still delivered a blow. Connor had good pursuit there.
Blair Thomas, though, he showed a little bit of the flash that they want out of him, some speed. 728 yards last year, 3.9 rushing. It's a great football team running.
Necessary roughness, late hit out of bounds, number 25. Will be half the distance. First down.
Well, that's tough.
I'll tell you, this Jets have been a solid football team with a terrible start today. I mean, they have a horrendous start. Falcons got out of the gate strong in that first quarter, and yet the game has shifted very dramatically since the end of the first quarter. Got to get Thomas for knocking that cameraman out. Throw a little foul on him, too.
1st and 10 Jets at the Falcon 13. Double wideouts left. Nagel short drop. Has time. Plenty of time. Throws it out to the right flat. Boyer, the tight end, makes the catch, but he's pushed out of bounds at the 14-yard line, so they lose a yard on the play.
And he's got a cannon.
He's got a nice arm. It's a very fast ball. It gets there quickly. And I think that's what makes it very difficult to intercept, even though sometimes you might question his judgment where he's thrown the ball with 2 or 3 people around. And I think that's something they'll talk to him a little bit about. And look at the second half statistics on the yardage here.
Jets 196. Falcons 23 yards in the second half.
2nd down 11. They lost a yard on that pass play. Pat Chafee in the backfield for the first time. Former Falcon. Here's the call. Nagel back to pass. Connor on the blitz. He's hit. There's the toss, and it's incomplete. Darian Connor made that play work for the defense, because had Nagel been given 1 extra second to let it go, Rob Moore was open in the right corner of the end zone.
Unmolested from the backside. The easiest kind of blitz. They've got him outmanned. I think the left guard was probably supposed to turn back Cadigan and check backside. He did not.
Bob Whitfield, of course, signed this week with the Falcons. If we have a chance, I know you talked with him in the pregame. I talked with Keith Rowan about the prospects of seeing Whitfield later on in the season. We'll get into that. 3rd and 11 Jets from the 14. Nagel from the shotgun. Solomon on the blitz. He's got him at the 25-yard line. Jesse Solomon blitzing from the right side of that line. And again, Jeff, looked like just a missed assignment there. Nobody touched him.
You got to account for people, and so does the quarterback and the wide receivers. If there's not enough people to block, I didn't make myself do the count, but just 2 times in a row, they've sent people unmolested in there. That's either got to be a mess up by the offensive line or maybe the quarterback once again.
And now Starosky with a 42-yard field goal try for the Jets. Here's the kick. It is up, and it's wide left. Well, the Bullets are hitting pretty close to home, but missing. 42-yard field goal by Jason Starosky, and he missed it to the left. 13-12 to go, fourth quarter. Falcons still lead 20-17 over the Jets. On the WSB Atlanta Falcons Football Network. The football gods have been looking over the Falcons throughout the first 3 quarters and 2 minutes of the fourth in this football game. Atlanta 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line, leading the Jets by 3. Miller back to pass. Looking, firing, Pritchard over the middle at the 40, and he's up to the 41 and tackled there.
Barry Sanders ran for 43 yards and a touchdown. Detroit 17, Chicago Bears 10 in the fourth quarter. Buffalo 37, Rams 7 in the fourth quarter. Minnesota ahead of Green Bay 13-10. Philadelphia 15, New Orleans 6 in the fourth quarter. Houston 24, Pittsburgh 22, and at just almost going into the fourth quarter in the third quarter. And Indianapolis 14, Cleveland 3.
Trying to cover the middle of the field with their 2 inside linebackers. In this case, it's Clifton and Mo Lewis, and there's a lot of room in there for a slot guy who's much like a tight end.
1st and 10 after that 16-yard pass play. It's a delay to Pegram running right, and he's just tackled in the backfield. Busting right through was Dennis Byrd, the left end. And he just grabbed Pegram. We haven't had anything on Tony Smith. I don't know if he's hurt, what his problem is. We haven't seen him since first quarter.
Well, that was when the Falcons were really rolling. They had the Jets off balance, and they got the turnovers early. And they moved right on down the field to grab that 17-3 lead, or 17-0, and then 17-3, 20-3. And the offense has been very quiet since then.
Now, Tony Smith has a baseball cap on, standing over on the sideline. So maybe he got nicked up somehow. I have not had a report on him. They lose 3 on that play. There was a penalty against the Falcons, but declined by the Jets. 2nd down, 13 for a first. Long count by Miller. Little toss out in the flat to Pritchard. Breaks the tackle. He's up to the 45. Still going 50 to the 49. Just shy of a first down. Another nice grab by Pritchard. He took maybe a step and a half before he caught that ball from the line of scrimmage. And they may bring out the chains to measure.
You notice how they're working the middle of the field from where the tight end usually lines up over to the other side on the weak side. There's a lot of room in there for guys like Pritchard and Drew Hill, and it might open up the outside routes. You might see some one-on-one coverage now if the Jets feel they have to pull their safeties up a little tighter to help the linebackers.
Tony Smith's got a knee injury. They don't think it's too serious. He may return. This report brought to you by Piedmont Hospital Sports Injury Clinic, where minor injuries get major league care in Atlanta. Call 605-3838.
They measure for the first down, and they don't get it.
Reporting as eligible, number 65.
So here we go with one of our newest tight ends, Roman Fortin. He'll be eligible on this play. They have worked with Fortin and Mike Ruther as tight ends in practice this week. By the way, Pritchard, 8 catches, 89 yards in this game.
Fortin out of the Mike Ruther School of tight end play.
3rd and a yard. And Keith Jones, the running back, from the Jet 49. Falcons need 1 for a first. Here's the call. Miller stumbles. Big hole for Jones at the 45. Cuts left to the 40, and a first down at the Jet 35-yard line. You see that every once in a while. Everybody ganged up trying to stop the 1-yard run. And if you bust through, you get a lot of yards. And that time, Keith Jones to the Jet 35.
Well, he certainly added some infusion to the running game. He runs through the tackle of Kyle Clifton and Mo Lewis.
14-yard scamper. 1st and 10 Falcons. And believe me, the defense resting on the sidelines saying, thank you, Chris Miller and company. We need a breather. The ball at the 35 of the Jets, 1st down and 10. Trips to the right for Miller. Again, the single setback is Keith Jones. Jets coming on a blitz. Miller to throw, and he's going to be sacked back at the 43-yard line. That was Eric McMillan. McMillan, one of the big play artists on this team, but beaten out by Mike Brim at the left corner spot, although McMillan pretty much a toss-up as to who would start the season. Brim got the call, but McMillan with the sack there back at the 42.
He's been very valuable today. You saw Lagerman right before the snap of the ball kind of wander from the right end position over to the other side of the field. Adjustments by the defensive line of the Jets, and then McMillan came into the picture as a linebacker. Falcons failed to adjust their blocking scheme.
Well, let's watch Mike Brim one-on-one with Michael Haynes over on the far sideline. Let's see if Miller spots that. Here's the snap. He's looking left, though. There's the toss, and the ball batted in the air at the line of scrimmage, and ball's incomplete, and the Falcons thankful there that none of the Jet up linemen turned around to see where the ball was. It'll be third down coming up for Atlanta, and they need 17 for a first down.
And they're out of field goal range. This is a big play.
I remember when Lagerman was drafted #1 by the Jets, watching a draft on ESPN. They almost booed the Jets out of the building, but he's turned into a pretty darn good football player.
They do that every year in New York, boo the Jets out of the building with their draft picks. They did when they picked O'Brien back in '83. Three receivers to the right for Miller, who will work from the shotgun. Falcons at the Jet 42. It is third down, 17 yards for a first down. Coming from the right, Miller has a lot of time. Looks, fires, Pritchard's got it. And then did he hold on? I think he didn't. He dropped the football at the 26-yard line, so it'll be fourth down. He would have been close to a first had he been able to hold on, but Mike Pritchard has been running that little down and in all afternoon, and he's been sandwiched between the Jet defenders consistently. That time he couldn't hold on.
It should have been caught. I think he took his eye off the ball for just a second because Chris Miller delivers the ball right on the money, right where he wants it. He knows he's going to get hit. He's been getting pounded in there.
Fulhag will punt for the Falcons. We have 9:52 left, fourth quarter. Carpenter back deep for the Jets. I assume Fulhag will try to pooch this one into the corner somewhere. Here's the snap and the punt. Now he floats this one just real high in the air. Shelley's back deep, and he'll catch it, drop it at the 3, and spot it there at the 2. That's why Albert Shelley was signed as a special teamer. The Jets back at their 2. 9:42 left, fourth quarter. The score remains the Falcons 20 and the Jets 17 on the WSB Atlanta Falcons Football Network. Bill Rosinski, Jeff Van Noten, Jim Ross back at the Georgia Dome. Happy you're with us for opening day in the National Football League 1992. Our score here, Falcons 20, Jets 17, 9:42 remaining in the fourth quarter, and the Jets pin back at their own 4-yard line. First down and 10. A 38-yard punt by Scott Fulhag, and down by Shelley at the 4. The crowd is roaring. Nagel changing his call at the line of scrimmage. Brad Baxter, the lone running back. Falcons shift defensively. Nagel will throw from the end zone. Deep down the near sideline. McKyer after Moore, and the ball tipped away. Rob Moore deflecting the ball away from Tim McKyer. Chris Miller out to say something to T-Mac, telling him to shut up. He was jawing at the official, hoping for an offensive interference call.
Boy, he just reared back and let that ball go about 45 yards in the air. It was a great play by Rob Moore to tip the ball away. Tim McKyer, in his best coverage of the day, had the deep position on him.
Terrence Mathis checks in as Moore gets a breather. Second down, 10 Jets from back at their 4-yard line. Baxter, the running back, but Nagel will throw to the near sideline, and the ball is caught by Mathis. He dances down the sideline. He stepped out of bounds, however, back at the 18, but that will give the Jets a first down. And another missed tackle by the Falcons over on the near sideline.
Mathis gets the one-on-one coverage out here by McKyer, and he runs a deep out route. If he does not step out after avoiding the tackle, he goes a long way. There's a guy who can fly out of Stone Mountain, Georgia, played at New Mexico State.
By the way, T-Mac celebrated his 29th birthday yesterday. First and 10 Jets from their 18. Boyer goes in motion to the right, and a handoff to Baxter up the middle to 20 and barrels ahead to the 24-yard line. Jesse Tuggle met him there.
You know, it's a tough situation. Note, you've got a team that has a great running game. They have the football, 8:50 in running in the fourth quarter. This is a tough situation for the Falcons to be in, not where you want to be going into the strength of the Jets.
Well, they played defense too, Jim, basically the whole second half and since the second quarter on. And we haven't seen that vaunted Jet rushing attack, but, you know, the Falcons have been giving them a blitz look, been giving them the pass look, and they've been taking advantage of it.
Second down 4. Nagel hands off to Blair Thomas, running right, cuts back left. He's up to the 28, 29-yard line. Nice cutback there by Thomas. Mike Gann had him behind the line of scrimmage, but Gann wearing a cast because he's got a broken thumb. A little harder to tackle people. In fact, talking to Scott Case, who's also with a broken thumb and a cast on, he said that he thought the toughest thing for him to do this afternoon would be tackling people.
Mike Gann has a lot of problems with that cast and grabbing jerseys and trying to pull by people or getting their hands off of them. It's very difficult to play with a cast at any position, but certainly a defensive lineman or a safety like Scott Case, that's even more paramount.
Play clock down to 7. First and 10, Jets from their 29. Falcons showing blitz. Thomas in motion to the right. Nagel back to throw. Barnett was held, no flag. There's the pass, and it's incomplete. Intended for Terrence Mathis at the near sideline. The Falcons sideline at the 42, and it'll be 2nd and 10.
Well, you're right about that, Bill. Looked like Criswell had a death grip around Oliver Barnett on the backside there, trying to pull him down from getting that sack.
That's the referee's call also. The umpire's got to look. He's looking at the point of attack. That's the referee's call, and Tom White did not deem that necessary to drop the laundry that time.
That's why scouts look for tackles that got great feet so they can slide and move them in front of positions of people.
Rob Moore well rested, and McIr's guarding him. Falcons showing blitz. 2nd down 10. Motion on the left side of the line. The left tackle, Jeff Criswell, jumped, and this will go against the Jets.
He walked over to Nagel and put his finger up. Was that on 1? Oh, it's a tough situation to be in, though. Out there by yourself, no tight end. You've got a guard inside, and you're concentrating on a pass rusher, and the crowd is starting to up that noise, and you can't tell what the snap count is.
And right now is the time that the Falcon fans here in the Dome really need to get it on. 7:30 left in the ball game. Jets have the ball. Just down 3. It's time now for the fans to really assert themselves in this game.
2nd down, 15. The Jets at their 24-yard line. Double wideouts left. Falcons blitz again. Nagel looks, throws. Carpenter's there. Got it at the 40. And out of bounds on the far sideline. Tackled by Bruce Pickens at the 42. And another first down. 18-yard pass play from Browning Nagel to Rob Carpenter.
You've heard about the timing plays, the timing pass plays, and this is one. The ball leaves Nagel's hands before he makes the break, and it's at a position when he does make the break, he takes 2 steps, and there's the ball. Great throw, nice catch, nice route.
1st and 10. Once again, the Falcons blitzing, but not getting through to Browning Nagel. Burkett in motion, left to right, now heads back to the left. Nagel will throw. Good time. Looks, fires. Ball caught by Burkett at the 48 of the Jets, and Bobby Butler makes the tackle immediately. That was a 6-yard pass play. And we're down to 6:40. Time will become a factor in this game. The Jets have blown 3 scoring opportunities in this second half. Once on a fumble and 2 missed field goals.
Minnesota 20, Green Bay 17, 9:27 left in the fourth quarter. Gannon pass to Hassan Jones for 4 yards. Buffalo 40, the Rams 7. Detroit 17, Chicago 13, and Pittsburgh 29, Houston 24 in the fourth.
Well, Bill Cowher trying to win his debut with the Steelers. 2nd down, let's call it 5 for a first down. Nagel back to pass. Big rush, Barnett after him. Turns, Nagel throws it, and there it's incomplete. Intended across the field for Blair Thomas, and I'll tell you something, Browning Nagel did a great job to get away from Oliver Barnett.
He's really got a strong arm. We can't say it enough. I mean, that's off his back foot, and kind of falling backwards as he whips that ball all the way across the field to the other sideline. That was going to be a planned screen, too, I think, to Blair Thomas. It just was not set up in time.
There we go. Got to make some noise. 3rd down and a long 4 for the Jets at their own 48. 6 minutes, 1 second left, fourth quarter. Falcons 20, Jets 17. Nagel calling a change at the line. 3 seconds, 2, 1. They're not going to get it off. Yes, they do. Nagel throws, pump fake, floats it out for Boyer. The ball batted in the air and incomplete. Boy, he just got that snap off. That clock was down to between the 1 and 0 when they snapped it.
Falcons have shown him nothing but blitz. I mean, not 100%, but this series, it's been nothing but blitz. Jeff Donaldson in his face as he throws that one.
And with 5:55 to go in the fourth quarter in regulation time, Jason Phillips will be back deep for the Falcons. We really haven't seen much of Jason on the offense. He led the team in receptions in the preseason with 20. Aguiar will punt. See if the Jets have anything up their sleeve here. Aguiar will step into it and get it away. It's a high floater. Fair catch called for by Jason Phillips at the 5-yard line. Little two-step there by Jason, but he couldn't run anywhere. So the Falcons pinned back to their own 5-yard line. 5 minutes, 46 seconds to go in the fourth quarter. The score, the Falcons 20, the Jets 17. On the WSB Atlanta Falcons Football Network. 5 minutes and 46 seconds remaining in quarter number 4. Bill Rosinski, Jeff Van Oat, and Jim Ross with you from the Georgia Dome. And the Falcons have it at their own 5-yard line, 1st and 10. And checking in the ball game as an eligible receiver, Roman Fortin. So they see if they try to pound this. Keith Jones is the lone setback behind Chris Miller. And Jones has it, running up the middle, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9-yard line. Pretty good power running there.
Neil Anderson has scored from 8 yards out. Chicago Bears now lead the Detroit Lions 20-17 with 2:55 left in the fourth quarter.
That was a 4-yard run by Jones.
It accomplished its purpose. It ran a little time off the clock. It got them in a 2nd and 6 situation where they still can run it again.
Doug Shively over on the near sideline here, giving some more tips to the defense. 2nd down and 6 for the Falcons. Drew Hill, little motion behind Miller, back to a slot left. Miller will throw. Rolls right. Flushed out of the pocket. Now he will throw, and the pass is caught by Michael Haynes, who has been pretty much shut out here in the second half, but he gets a first down up near the 19-yard line.
There are 2 early TD passes to Michael Haynes, and the Jets double zone has taken away a lot of that outside stuff, the outside deep stuff. It's been underneath and in the middle.
Number 65 reporting is eligible.
And you're going to hear this a lot
65.
with the Falcons having really only one tight end, Harper LaBelle, and he's really on the team to be a long snapper. So they're going to use either Ruther or Roman Fortin as a tight end in situations like this. 1st and 10 Atlanta from their 19. Handoff, Jones trying to fight spin. He gets up to about the 23-yard line, another gain of 4.
Note, are you surprised we haven't seen Steve Broussard at all?
Steve Broussard?
You remember him, number 34?
You know, I'd heard something earlier in the week that he was going to get a chance to start this game, and then right before the game, I'd asked a couple of coaches, and they said, no, it was going to be Tony Smith. I'm surprised, unless Tony Smith is injured, we haven't seen him since the first going. And, yeah, I think there is a surprise that Broussard has not played at all, but you got to remember he's missed the whole preseason, and he is the #1 draft pick, and this is a big year for him. How many times have I said that?
I don't know. I lost track. 2nd down coming up. 6 for the Falcons at their 23. Miller back to pass. Blitz is on. Little dump pass. It's a screen. And catching it, Jones, and he gets up to the 25-yard line over on the far sideline. Good coverage by the Jets that time. They were blitzing, but were still able to cover the far side of the field. Gain of 2, and the Falcons have it 3rd down, a long 4 yards to go for a first down. And we're down to 3:44 remaining in the fourth quarter.
Mesereau, the defensive tackle, pretty good recognition as he reads screen, and Bill Frelick able to get a little bit of a cut block, but he was the one who slowed Keith Jones down, or he had a lot of room upfield. I think you really see how they missed a guy like Jones. A very valuable player, can do a lot for him.
3rd down. They need a little less than 5 for a first down. The Falcons at their 25-yard line. Miller drops back the pass, looks, fires. Hill makes the catch at the 30, and he's up to the 31, 32-yard line and a first down. Brian Washington made the hit for the Jets, but not before Drew Hill from Georgia Tech, coming back home for his final season in the National Football League.
That's nice recognition by both Miller and Drew Hill. As McMillan leaves that area, he comes in on a blitz, puts him one-on-one with Washington, and no way he can stop that play. Drew Hill knows he's going to get hit. He takes the hit, picks up the first.
1st and 10 at the 32-yard line. Falcons in their own territory, moving from right to left as we call it for you. 2:33 and the clock ticking down here in quarter number 4. Miller hands off to Jones, cuts back right at the 35 to the 36-yard line. Lonnie Young, the free safety, had to bring him down. Gain of 4. And I think the Jets are going to maybe utilize a timeout here. We're down to 2:20, and they've got the 2-minute warning to use as well.
Bobby Hebert's pass to
New York. That's their 3rd charge timeout. 42nd timeout. That's their last timeout.
As I was saying before Tom White jumped in there, Bobby Hebert has passed to Wesley Carroll for a 10-yard touchdown. And the Saints have cut the Philadelphia Eagle lead to 15-13. Good ball games today, guys. Chicago 20, Detroit 17. Minnesota 20, Green Bay 17. All those games still going on. Now the Eagles 15, New Orleans 13. Pittsburgh 29, Houston 24.
I guess the only sleepers in Buffalo, huh?
I think they've comfortably covered the spread.
You know, not a very judicious use of the timeouts today. Nagel's had to use them a lot of times because of the countdown about ready to expire. And I'm sure the head coach and the defensive coordinator, they sure would like to have those timeouts right now.
Yeah, if the Falcons can get a first down, one more, they could run out the clock. It's 2nd down and 6. Atlanta at their 26-yard line. Miller hands off to Jones, trying to find a hole up the middle. Cuts to the right. He's at the 40 and barrels up to the 43-yard line. I don't think he's got a first down, but he's darn close. Again, Brian Washington has to bring him down, the strong safety for the Jets. And looks like they'll bring out the chains to measure this. I think he's got it. Bye, George.
Make up your mind, will you?
Well, don't forget our post-game show. Jim Ross will be down in the locker room to talk to the Falcons about this opening game. We'll hear the comments from Jerry Glanville in his post-game press conference as he speaks. First down. And they'll start the clock, and we'll move down to the 2-minute warning.
Indianapolis has defeated the Cleveland Browns. I know you're all waiting on that score out there. 14-3. That is a final.
And we're down to the 2-minute warning. This is the Seiko 2-minute warning. Our score, the Falcons 20, the Jets 17. On the WSB Atlanta Falcons Football Network. Here's the situation. We have 2 minutes left in the 4th quarter. The Falcons on top of the Jets, 20-17. The Jets are out of timeouts. The Falcons have it 1st and 10 at their own 43-yard line.
Now, I don't want to be one who puts a bad hex in people, but I don't think they can be beat unless they fumble it.
Because, let's see, well, the play clock is down to 8, 7, 6, and I don't know why that. Why is the play clock running?
Yeah, that's a mistake there.
And I think they're going to reset it here.
We're going to let your friend Tom White, who you have made a star today.
On the play clock, please. 10 seconds on the play clock. Change it from 4 to 10.
All right. We can't do it here, but they'll do it somewhere in the stadium.
Wish we could, Tom.
I like to give these guys. I remember, you know, I guess the first guy in the NFL who made an impact as an official was Tommy Bell.
Yeah.
You saw Bell at all the big games. Tommy passed away a couple of years ago.
10 seconds, wait.
Tommy was a player at the University of Kentucky, a lawyer in Lexington, Kentucky, and sometime I'll tell you about a game he blew out against us, the Falcons and the Rams, out in 1973, but a great guy.
Miller takes the snap and will kneel down, and the Jets cannot stop the clock. And the next time the Falcons snap the football, there will be about 1:11 to go, something like that.
Well, I'll tell you now. Playing the Rams out on the coast, they've never beaten them out there about 1973. Roman Gabriel, we're ahead 20-17. Roman Gabriel driving them. They don't have any timeouts left. It is 3rd down and about 10. Completes a pass. It's a 1st down. There's no timeouts left. There's 2 or 3 guys in backfield in motion. Roman throws the ball, stops the clock. They should call legal procedure. They don't. Dave Ray comes on and kicks a 50-yard field goal, longest of his career, ties us. Tommy blew that call. Norm Van Brocken never forgot it.
Miller will take the snap on 2nd and 11. He'll kneel down at the 40-yard line. And now we're down to the final 107 and 38-37 on the play clock. So there'll be about a little more than half a minute left in this ball game when the Falcons snap it on third down, and that should do it. That should do it. A game the Jets really should have won, in all honesty, my friends. 2 missed field goals, and they fumble inside the 5, all in the second half. And don't forget the Falcons' first touchdown set up on Browning Nagel's first play from scrimmage. He fumbled the snap. Falcons got it at the 15, and one play later, Chris Miller threw a touchdown pass.
Or the fumble kickoff return by Eric Pegram that they did not give possession to the Jets.
Miller takes the snap. He kneels down, and this one's going to be over. The Falcons dodge a big bullet this afternoon. Outplayed in the second half by the New York Jets. The clock is down to 15 seconds, but the players on the field, the Jets are out of timeouts, and the Atlanta Falcons have won in the Dome their opening game of the 1992